Don't wait. You are enough.
Granddaddy knew the place. His first business sign was painted by Muhammad Ali's daddy.
I think one of my talents, bro, for real, is just spreading good energy.
Straight conversation is just good for the heart, good for the soul.
The bad days is what make me who I am with the music and the wisdom, the knowledge, shit, man. You gotta go through something to even talk about something, bro.
Every blockbuster movie deserves an epic sequel. Grab your popcorn.
Kalahari Land Rover looking like I'm in Jurassic Park. Push to start, need to push towards rewards to feel apart from normal sparks. Like the Catholic school, I got a sacred heart.
Yo, we back. P-O-D. O-D-D, P-O-D. I'm messing up around here. It's your boy M-A-R-C.
R-A-S-H-I-D. Rashid, you know.
Prodigy. All right. For those who don't know, I got to give them the introduction, you feel me? For those who don't know, whenever this does drop, Easter Sunday 2026, live from the Ville. Some have referred to it as Murderville, but we revived from the other side, you feel me? And we chilling with one of the converters, you feel me? From torment to transformation. Ain't a style or a beat I feel like our guest has heard and thought he couldn't slay. Rapper, singer, I feel like circumnavigator of thought and circumstance, man. He's clean, but he's also clean. If you know, you know, you feel me? He's been listening to Outkast because he's been an Outkast since a kid. You might think he's a new Slim Shady, but he's not. His life's a movie. He's been through a lot, but you probably wouldn't understand the plot, which is why we brought him onto the iPod, so the iCommunity. Welcome, my boy, PTK, Prodigy.
Wow, what an intro.
Kid.
What an intro. I appreciate y'all, man. This is dope for me. This is a moment. Like I'm new to the pod, but I'm true to the pod. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all having me on here. So
might not get royalties off that one. Might just have to steal that one for ourselves.
New fan, but I'm true fan.
No, for real. I do appreciate that about you. You show us love. I recently found out who you was, and you was already just reposting, tagging stuff. So I appreciate
it's just y'all are for the culture, you know. So like that's what I'm here for. Like, you know, anything to push the culture forward in a more positive space. That's what I'm about. So I mean, y'all do that, you know, in every category, not just music. Y'all interview athletes and other folks. So I mean, it's just dope to see. So y'all got my support for sure.
Appreciate that. Do you feel like Louisville needs more mediums of media like that? Do you feel like we have like enough, you know, kind of like places we can go?
I think there's a good amount of people. It's just about it's about consistency and connectivity. Like, I don't want to be that guy to just like reach out to everybody and be like, hey, like, you know, I mean, I will, but it's like the fact that y'all invited me on the pod was like, okay, I'm doing what I got to do to like get into this type of space. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, it's not about like, I'm not trying to sound lazy, be like, I'm not going to reach out. It's just more like, I don't know what people, you know, are about, or, you know, if they really want to do something with me or collaborate or whatever. But I do think like there's a lot of dope spaces. It's just, I think people got to hone in on one thing. There's a lot of different like community, especially in like the hip hop scene. There's like a lot of different community spaces, but like people are all kind of figuring out what they're trying to do. And also the scene, the people in the scene sometimes just get weird. And so you just don't know where to go. You know, sometimes you just got to feel things out. But I do think overall, like there's at least 5 good spots in my head where like I could for sure come through on here and do what I do and, you know, have an effective rollout and stuff like that. So
I'm glad to hear that. Because we don't know. That's something we always ask. And it's like, I know people, I feel like artists, I feel like that's what we're trying to do it for. Give artists a pedestal and a platform to do their thing on, to leave. You can leave with us, have an interview, a week's worth of stuff, like a rollout, help, whatever, you know, just whatever you want to use it in. You know what I'm saying? So, no, but I just had to ask that before we get started.
Right.
But from the beginning, man, Prodigy, PTK, where you from, and tell us about your upbringing.
Yeah, man, born and raised Louisville, you know. Yeah, I started, I really, I started writing my own music when I like first learned to write, according to my parents. But like making my own music, I was about probably like 8 years old. I remember I started writing composition pieces like on notebook paper. Like I'd like line out the music grid and put the notes in certain areas and stuff and play it on guitar or whatever else I had. But I didn't like really start making my own music till I was 11, about like 2013. I was born in '02. So I remember I had a yeah. I'm a
We
youngin', you
getting
know.
old, Mark.
No, because he says
Yeah.
things like I've been making music since 2013. So you feel me
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
said when he says
Yeah,
I've
I'm a
been,
youngin', I know.
no, your
But
flesh
yeah, I
is
mean,
young. Your soul might have been here before. Talking about eight
I
years old and this and that. You
yeah, I
feel
get
me?
that. I get that a lot, man. I think it definitely rings true in my day to day. Like I'll say stuff to my wife, and
Mm,
she'll be like, "Bro, you are like an 80-year-old man," and I'm like, I feel like one sometimes. My knees hurt, you know. Um, but no, I remember I started making my own music on this PC that my stepdad had built, which at the time I thought that was crazy, but apparently a lot of people do it. But he's a big old nerd, and I remember we had a Rock Band USB mic that went into the Xbox, and I would
yep.
put it into the PC. And I
Yep.
don't know if I used Audacity or something else.
Yep. There you go.
Everything's kind of blurry back then, but
Yes.
I remember I would do freestyles on like Gambino was a huge influence at the time. I did freestyles over like Bonfire. Meek Mill was crazy at the time with the mixtape. So like that song Levels by Meek Mill, I was doing freestyles on that. Um just finding instrumentals like wherever and dragging them in and then like recording my vocals. Sometimes I didn't have headphones, so I'd like have to get up to the thing and you know, and then like listen to the speaker just like on low because I was like, I don't want it to get into the mic. And it's crazy, like I didn't even record like that, but I just knew like it was something in me that I was like, oh yeah, if this goes in here, it's gonna sound weird. And it never sounded great anyway, but it's like the
Right.
fact that I was like, I need to listen to it at a low volume and rap like this so it doesn't interfere with the
Doesn't.
mic.
Yeah.
But and then that evolved into an iPad, like a first gen iPad. There was this app called Rap Beats, and Clams Casino was like one of the main dudes on there. And
Okay.
I don't know if he ran the app or whatever, but like one of Rocky's first mixtapes, which I didn't even hear till years down the road. Like a lot of those beats are on this app, and it would let you record into it. So
Right.
I had the
It
beats
wasn't long live
first.
ASAP, was it?
It might have been like a lot of those
Yes.
beats were on this app, and it
Clams
was like
Casino
posted by
went crazy on
Clams
that one.
Casino.
He went
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
on that one. Oh my gosh. But
Well,
keep
it's
going.
I
like
listen to it to this day.
Me too.
Anyways.
Me too.
yeah. It was just all those beats like were on there, and it wasn't even like it was like these are the ASAP Rocky instrumentals. Not like Claims Casino had these beats like one was called Waves, one was called
Yes.
Sandman, all this other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I would record directly into the iPad. It was kind of a similar thing, but I saw it as like an upgrade. Then that moved to iPod Touch, first gen, you know. Figured out how to use GarageBand on my own and would record in the corner of this little closet. I was like learning more about like soundproofing and stuff, and I was like, I don't have nothing, but like I got this little closet where I know nobody will hear me or I'll hear anything else. So I'm like, let me record in here. And I didn't really get any kind of studio equipment until I was like freshman year in high school when I really started taking it serious. I saved up a lot of money through middle school to uh to get a Mac Mini bundle from Guitar Center. Came with the Mac Mini,
Yeah.
monitor, keyboard, speakers, and then I had to buy like a MIDI keyboard separately. And then I was using GarageBand for years. Literally, I think I was on GarageBand till 2019, which is crazy.
Dang.
Like,
I would have met you
yeah,
earlier.
I'm on
I
Logic
would
now.
have told you, yep. I would have
Yeah, I'm
would
on
have
Logic now, but it's funny. It's a
it
funny story on how I got into Logic.
but
Um,
GarageBand
I
basically
don't know if
taught you
y'all
how to
know.
use Logic though, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the big brother, you
Yeah, that's
know?
what
And
right.
even now, I'm very basic engineering. I don't know how to EQ stuff. I don't know how to mix and master. Honestly, it was just something I never like fully dedicated myself to, and I'm not too proud to
Right.
admit it, but I ain't even gonna admit it. But it's a funny story how I got into Logic. Like, I don't know if y'all know Vibe Like Todd, but
Sure do.
we go
Now,
way back.
someone else who supports, hey, we gonna get you on Vibe. We're gonna get you
Oh
on.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
get you on.
I'll
But
make the connect. I'll
I'm
make the
not hip.
connect.
I'm not hip.
Yeah.
hey, vocals tough. Her
She's
vocals
crazy,
tough.
man, but
Her vocals
she
tough.
used to be really heavy on the rap tip, so
I didn't know
me
that.
and her
Okay,
go way
Vibe.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and her
Y'all
go
y'all around
way
the same
back.
age or something? Y'all go to school or
I think
something?
she's a year or two older than me. Yeah.
Okay.
We were in high school at the same time, so I mean,
Okay.
but
Okay. Well,
yeah,
good.
like at the time, she was working at Cane's and she used to give me free food and stuff. And I told her one time at the drive-thru, I was like, man, I just got this new MacBook. I got the MacBook Pro in 2018 or whatever it was. Still got that same one to this day. And I was using a GarageBand on that too. But I was still using like the Mac Mini, and I was like, just come through, let's have a session. At this time, I was recording with anybody I could, like the homie Horace Yates. Me and him went to high school together. And when he first started rapping, he was coming to my crib, and I
Where'd you
don't know
go
if
to
y'all
high
know
school?
the producer. Hey, huh?
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Ballard.
You said Ballard?
Yes. Yeah, Ballard High.
When'd you go?
I graduated in 2020, but I went to homeschool my senior year, and that was the COVID year too. So that was a whole nother crazy thing. But yeah.
Everybody we know might have barely, like literally, barely missed bro. And even Ty. So we gotta talk to Vibe. We gotta get home. But anyways.
So Vibe didn't go to Ballard. I don't know where
Oh,
she went, but
you said Canes, my bad.
I just knew her at the time, like
Yeah.
knew her through music and all that.
Oh, okay.
But it's funny though, like back when I was at Ballard, bro, there was a lot of different artists. I mean, my boy Wavy the King, now known as Saving Day, he just got out of prison, but me and him were locked in at that time.
I'm wondering, why does everybody know dude and I don't know dude? As soon as he got
Oh my
out, my shit went crazy.
I know who he's
And
talking about.
bro, and Lil Chris, he knows everybody. Everybody around me is commenting. I'm like, who's bro?
Nah, bro, I'll tell you this, and this is I genuinely, like, no bias. Like, 2018, 2019, like, that time, like, right before he got locked up, like, back when Blasian was kinda, like, going
Yeah.
crazy, like, him, Blasian, and Jack were, like, all kinda, like, hitting this element of a tier, like, that I was seeing firsthand. Like, Wavy was doing school tours as a school, a high school student. Like, he was going to different schools, like, doing halftime shows and stuff. Like, he was going crazy. It was funny, like, we were supposed to do a song together, like, 2 weeks before he got locked up, I'm pretty sure, or at least around that time frame. And, you know, first few weeks that he got out, we got back in the studio and did some stuff, and it's funny, man, like, he came out, like, fully saved now, like, he's a full Christian, like, just crazy how, like, God was working in these last 7 years.
Right.
Back to, like, the Logic thing, like, yeah, like, I was recording with everybody. Horace, when he had started rapping, he was coming to my crib, and then my homie AK, a lot of people know him as AK Cooking, he works with Soontonio sometimes and stuff.
I know him.
Yeah, like, I was helping him with the beats and stuff, and we were all just helping each other out, just, kinda iron sharpens iron type of situation. And at this time, I was seeing Vibe through Cane's and stuff because it was right by my house, and I was like, "Man, come through. Let's record something." She came through with a Cane's combo, and we had a session. But mid session, I was still using the Mac Mini at the time on GarageBand. Mac Mini just crashes, like straight up crashes. And she's she's really recording songs that she's gonna send to her engineer to like really put out and stuff. Cause like I said, I'm a basic, I just know how to lay down your vocals and do what I do. Crashes mid session. I was like, man, I just got this MacBook and I just got Logic Pro like 2 days ago. I was like, let me see if I can work something. So I plug everything up into the laptop. That was my first time using Logic. Did 2 of her songs, and then me and her did Going Bad remix, the Drake and Meek Mill joint that's actually still on SoundCloud, which is crazy. That was like almost 10 years ago. But yeah, like that's how I first started using Logic, was because I was so attached to this thing, and it like the computer, like the Mac Mini just died. Like I was trying to turn it on, it come up with Japanese and Chinese, like it was done, cooked. And so, yeah, I kind of got forced into Logic. It was wild, but I haven't, been on it ever since. So, but yeah, that was. It's funny how just every musical moment has something tied with like some story, So it's dope. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, since then, I was kind of involved with Amped for a long time with the homie Dave Chris and them, and
Mr. Dave Christopher.
Mr.
He went
Dave.
to goes to my parents' church, or used to.
Shout out Mr. Dave. Shout out Amp.
So yeah, I've been knowing him for a while, since I was a teenager.
Yeah, they were the first people that really got me doing shows. Like they really were a pivotal like moment in my like career to say I started doing shows and I started putting out songs and they were really like the backbone to that and just showing me the way. And then also like I was helping. I'm in high school at this time, so I'm helping some of the kids, the younger
Right.
ones coming in with production, helping the homie Kimbo over in Package do some production stuff with them, and it was cool, man. Like that's always my family. Like Greenwood, that's always my family. So shout out to Ant, man. Shout out to both Dave Senior, Dave Junior, all them.
Right. Man,
Hey, that's tough.
Louisville's so small,
It
bro. Like
is,
the
bro.
Oh
connections
man,
just like overlap.
yeah.
We recorded with him one time. Shout out,
Crazy.
shout out. They gave us the
We
opportunity.
did.
If we did,
Yeah.
so shout out, gang.
We was down there, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get too far, this is something you said early in what you were saying. First off, you write music at whatever age it was. It's ridiculous.
Prodigy the
And
Kid.
then you said, so I'm about to get into that. Exactly. Then you talking about I would play my guitar with it.
Right.
Is that why you called yourself Prodigy? And also then what age did you learn guitar?
Right.
No, it's funny. Like so, my like real introduction to music was my dad gifted me a guitar for Christmas when I was 9 years old, and that was like my first like big moment into doing stuff. And so there's a video out there on YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you how to search it up because it's crazy old and I'm a youngin', but
I've seen it.
I'm playing. You probably have. Y'all are detectives over here, but I'm playing
dope.
Green Day. Yeah, playing Green Day. What's the song? Brain Stew, because it was just the easiest like power chords. There's a video of me at like 9 years old doing that. And at that same time, like when I was 9, or no, I was like 7. I'm getting mixed up, but like I was always into music, point blank period. But like when Michael Jackson died, like, I was
2008.
like,
That hurt you.
man,
2008.
I was
June.
6 years old. I remember exactly where I was too.
Like June 25th, 2008. I could be tripping. That's crazy that I know that.
Man,
He know the
I don't
date.
remember the exact date. I just remember where I was. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like, I don't want to be insensitive, but it's like 9/11. Like everybody knows where they were when Michael Jackson died. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's
Like the city of Louisville when Ali died. Like you kind of knew where
Man.
you were when
Man.
Ali's funeral.
Man.
Like what were you doing that day? You know what you were
Man.
doing that day. But keep going.
Yeah, like, but yeah, so like when that happened, bro, I got into this big old MJ phase. Like, my middle name is Michael, so they would call me Caleb
No.
Michael Jackson, my family. Like my grandmother was calling me Caleb Michael Jackson. I would be hitting dance moves. I literally, second grade, bro. It's funny. I was in second grade and this is a story I've never really even told, but when I was in second grade, I was so obsessed with MJ that I was just a wild child. I got diagnosed with ADHD the year after this, but like I got on top of the lunchroom tables and was doing the crotch grab Mike MJ move.
My
Got in
goodness.
trouble for it and everything. And they're like, "So why did you do this?" I'm like, "Bro, because MJ's the greatest to ever do it, and I'm trying to be great." like that was my mindset. Like that was my mindset. But yeah, like that whole phase, like I was studying MJ, like the way that this dude thinks about his tours. I remember they put out the This Is It documentary on DVD, and I remember getting that and watching the Number Ones documentary and all this other stuff, and just like YouTube was starting at the time pretty much, and like just going through everything, just studying how this dude thought about music and like how he would like beatbox like ideas into life essentially. And that's like what really motivated me to like, man, I need to play some instruments. I need to do this. And so I started with guitar at 9. And from then just kind of evolved into everything. In middle school, I was in percussion. And so that's like 20 instruments. So, I mean, I can't really read music no more, like in terms of like sheet music. I mean, that was a very like pivotal time, just like learning how to drum, how to play marimbas and keyboards and all this other stuff. Like everything I want to pick up everything and try to figure out how to play it. So, excuse me, but yeah, I mean, that's really, but in terms of like me naming myself Prodigy, I wasn't Prodigy the Kid until 2016, freshman year of high school. So before that, I went by C-Dog, which is crazy because there's a C-Dog now in like the Louisville rap scene. And I know him and I told him, I was like, bro, I was C-Dog for like years, like years. And we were just talking about that and whatever. But yeah, my uncle, rest in peace, he gave me that name, like just like trying to play video games. He's like, "What you want your gamer tag to be?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "I'm gonna call you C-Dog," and that's like what's inspired the rap name. And I remember I got into Ballard, and one of my like first friends I met there, he was like, "Bro, your name is C-Dog? That's corny." So like, I like got really like, like in my head about it. And I was like, you know what? I was like, Chance the Rapper was popping at the time and Rich the Kid, like SoundCloud era. Like there was a
Right.
lot of the kids and the rappers and the
Yeah.
creators and everything. And I was like, you know what? And my mom had just always called me a prodigy growing up. And so, and my mom is my best friend. So like, I was like, you know what? Let me pay homage to my mom, but then also like Prodigy from Mobb Deep. That's one of my favorite rappers of all time. And he had died in like 2017. But so like around that time, I was like, you know what? Let me just Prodigy the Kid. It just came to me. I was like, I'll change the E to A and the word the and make it more unique,
Right.
I guess. But that's what started that journey, honestly. I was literally like in the hallway, like sitting down outside band class and Ballard being like, let me think of a name. Like, I was literally like searching up different ideas in Google, seeing if anybody else had them. I ain't see Prodigy the Kid, so I was like, let me do that. That's how it happened. So,
That's dope.
yeah.
Ballard was on a little run, went from Slow Bucks and all them
Hey.
to Wavy,
Yeah.
to Wavy and your
Yeah.
boy. That's funny.
Yeah.
Shout out Tone Salone, shout out GBK. But
Yeah.
he said C-Dog. Did that make you think of anything, Rashad?
I know you ain't talking about from Corey Taylor, bro.
That's why my neck went sideways.
Something
You know what's crazy
completely.
is I work at Corey Taylor now. That's where I work.
That's bro.
No, you don't.
That's our school,
whole
Yeah,
bro.
I'm
families, our
security
whole,
over there.
Our whole family.
Yeah, Tim
our whole families
just
went
pulled
there.
up on me the other day with some teas. I was like, yeah, pull up. I'm at Coleridge.
Right across from
Yeah.
That's
Central College.
crazy.
Yeah, Chestnut. 11th and Chestnut. Yeah, I'm over there.
Bro,
Every
That's the
day.
our
greatest.
whole
That's the greatest
families
school
went
we've
there.
ever went to. Shout out to
That's-
everybody. Shout out Miss
see?
Gamble,
But
Miss
what's
Austin.
the story? I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued on what y'all are
Bro.
talking about.
It was. This is actually going to turn back into a question for Prodigy over a lyric that he said about one of his fifth grade experiences. But this goes back to one of our fifth grade experiences. We need God, you need to pray. We need to pray on our souls.
We was
because
being assholes.
we were like straight up, but
Yeah.
he was too. It's not like we were just boys being boys. When you really look back at it,
Right.
we was just like he was talking stuff, we was talking stuff. So, he probably said something to us, so we called him Chub Dog. That was his name.
And we thought that was
He-
the
And we
funniest.
thought it was the funniest
like-
thing. He hated it too. He hated it.
Yeah.
Shout out our dog.
Bro,
man.
that's fun.
That ain't
That's
that ain't
wild.
no beef. That's our dog right there.
Full circle.
It
Full
is.
circle kind of. That's
Full
crazy.
circle.
So, I don't describe to people that like we were bullies in school or nothing like that, but like
we were too smart for our own good. Like we just.
we
Yeah.
wouldn't
I don't
bully.
know.
Like we wouldn't bully. Like we wouldn't. We just it would be more individual stuff. We wouldn't bully kids.
I feel that. I think it's funny. My now sister-in-law, she used to date a dude, and I remember I've been with my wife for 10 years. We just got married almost 2 years ago though. But like I've been
Shout
around
out.
the last 10 years in her family. And I remember when she started dating this dude, I didn't even know I went to school with him. And the first thing he came up to me said, man, I remember in middle school you used to bully me because I never had Jordans and I had like Velcro shoes on and stuff. And I was like, bro, I'm sorry. I never knew that. I was like, I didn't even know I knew you, bro. My fault.
But didn't you have a bar where you said that you got bullied?
I
in fifth
did. I
grade?
mean, back in bro,
Fifth grade
it's funny.
over the
So
same situation though.
yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, I think it was just kind of I mean, they say bullies are a reflection of what they're dealing with. So like, I was just doing the same stuff to people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
But,
people call it bullying, but it's reflective behavior on what you're like was put onto you, kind of deal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I remember KD sixes were coming out crazy. My homeboys were stunting on me and everything. And I was like, bro, like the way I got my first pair of Jordans is I was I told my parents this like recently. I was like, bro, I used to sell fake weed in school. Like I was a bad kid, bro. Like I was on the ropes, bro. Like
That's
what was it?
scarier than selling real. That's scarier than selling real weed.
no. So this is what it was.
Would you
You
sell?
remember them? You remember them? The pencil lead holders, and they kind of look like jewels. It's got like a clear case with a black top. I used to go with my mom's. I would go back and forth between my mom's and dad's, but I went to school in the East End. I went to school at Barrett.
Shout out
And
Barrett.
I would put oregano in these
I know
pencil
it.
lead holders, and I would sell them for like, bro, 40, like 40 a piece, because
You
nobody, bro,
busting.
we were in middle school. Nobody knew how much weed costed. They
Sure
didn't have nothing.
They had no
They were like,
skill.
oh, I just
Nothing.
need some weed.
You're right.
Not
Yeah.
only was
Crazy
it
story.
fake,
How did you
but
even
you
buy
was busting
Rellos and
head.
papers?
I don't think they ever smoked it. Like, you know, I mean, they didn't have
Right.
nothing. So it's like,
Right.
they didn't even know how much it costed. That's why I was selling them for 40 or a piece or whatever.
That's
They
crazy.
clearly didn't know what it looked like. But I remember my mom was like cleaning my room, going through my sock drawer, and found like 10 of these pencil lead holders full of oregano. And she's like, what am I looking
Crazy.
at? Like, yo, like I had to break down the situation to her, but
25
she laughed
lighters
it
for
off,
my
which is,
dresser. Yes, sir.
yeah, she laughed
I
it
know
off.
you was
But I
like,
mean,
thank God.
man, yeah, I mean, but I bought my first pair of Jordans, the Mellow Nines. That was the only one I could get at the time. Like, you know, because my parents they were like, bro, I'm not buying you $200 shoes for you to grow out of in 3 years. Like, I mean, I get it, you know. So that's how I was making a killing, aside from like selling mixtape CDs and stuff and all that.
Hustler.
But
He's a
funny
hustler.
story. I've never said I'm getting real vulnerable on this pod, bro. I've never really
Right. I
talked
told you.
about
I have that feeling.
We loved it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
loved
We'll
it.
protect your story though. Anybody try to run up on
Right.
you
Yeah.
about some stuff, I got them. I'll give the dollars back. Okay.
Oh,
That's
funny.
But
crazy.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was getting bullied though, bro. I mean, like I said, I you know, with my mom, I kind of lived everywhere. We had stayed in Newburgh, we stayed in St. Matthews, we stayed in different areas. And so I kind of grew up around a whole lot of different types of folks, and I realized like my dad was only in one place on the East End, and so I would go to school in the East, and I realized like nobody in my school like rapped. But meanwhile, when I was going to my mom's and being around in the neighborhoods and stuff, like people were rapping on corners and doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started rapping, it was like 5th grade, going into 6th grade. I was getting clowned because people were like, "Bro, why are you rapping? Like, what do you talking? What do you mean rap?" You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like it was like a culture shock to a lot of people. So I
Wow.
would get clowned on for that, but like at the same time, I was selling CDs for $5 with 3 songs on it, dissing other people at school and stuff. And that, bro, I was hot cakes, like
Moving.
telling me, like, yeah,
I like Young Prodigy. I ain't even gonna lie. Maybe you were a little
Right.
overzealous. You were a little overzealous at some points. I'll give that to you. But
yeah,
other than that,
yeah. I mean, this is the old me, bro. This is young in me.
but
So,
you a
you know,
hustler though. You a thoroughbred hustler. I
try
like.
to, man. I mean,
The spirit is
at
the
that time,
spirit.
Right, the hustler spirit
yeah,
is
at
hustler
that time, I
spirit.
was
Hustler
just
Shout out,
hungry, man.
spirit.
shout out, Cash Mob, Cash Money, Cash Rick, and your boy, hustler spirit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
Right.
talking about? That's what I
yeah,
say. That's what I say. But
Yeah.
yeah,
anyways,
yeah. But no, I mean, that was the start of like, you know, I mean, it was C-Dog the Prodigy, but you know, like the mindset was still the same the whole time, you know. So, and I mean, I'm 24 and I'm still Prodigy, so it is what it is.
that's dope.
How did you spell Sea Dog? Like, was it the regular DOG or was it like
Two
DA
G's.
So
double
let
G?
me, man, all right, I'm gonna
Like
just
the
spill the
dog
whole.
pound.
It
THA.
wasn't so.
Right.
Nah, so it's funny, bro. I wasn't just C-Dog, because then again, even when I was that young, I was like, I got to do something unique. I know there's other C-Dogs in the world, so
He already has
I
something ready.
y'all about to get this, man. I don't know if I'm gonna regret saying this or not, but
We don't even gotta put it on. It's about to be a good one. We don't gotta put it on if it's that bad.
so I went by C-Dog Bossum. I combined boss and awesome into one word. That's like and so, man, you could
Woo!
tell this is elementary school
Right. Right.
EPK. You know,
Well,
like,
why
you
is
know,
that
this
lightweight
is.
hard though?
Sea
I
Dog
thought it was
Boston.
crazy.
Boss of
I
like
thought of putting it into the SoundCloud account. I was like, Oh, this is hard.
How
Like, this is
y'all
crazy.
listen? Hear me out though. How is that much different? How is Sea Dog Bossum much different than Boss Man D-Lo?
See, in my head,
That's
that's what I thought
crazy.
he was saying, or something like
That's what I'm
Boston.
That's
talking about. That's
crazy.
why you think it's crazy, but then Boss Man
That's
D-Lo
crazy.
does it.
You,
Y'all got me red and everything on here, bro. I'm dying
you know what I
laughing.
think though, for real, about like
That's a
names
good one.
and stuff like that is, if you can put the music behind it, they'll call you whatever and
Sure
go with
will.
it. You know what I mean?
But it's funny. So like you were talking about the spelling of Sea Dog, it was just straight CDOG. But Bossum, I put 3 S's because I was like, this is so tight. BOSSSOME.
You got to.
Like,
You got
my gosh, bro.
the 3 S's
Like,
is kind of hard though. How you gonna lie?
bro, if y'all find my old SoundCloud, I'm cooked. Like,
I'm a
If you
look. I
find-
ain't even gonna lie to you.
If you find my
I'ma
old,
I
look
think my
for
old
it.
SoundCloud is under a different name, but it was something in the realm of like one of those combinated words. Like I don't really even remember, but I don't know if I ever had like an official Sea Dog Boston account. Cause I think the one I was Sea Dog Boston was still my current SoundCloud. So I mean I changed it up and stuff. But I had an older account that I lost.
He never
Like,
seen the
bro,
light of day.
I'm sorry.
I
That's
was trying to be so different. I was trying to be so different, bro. Like
awesome.
just it's crazy.
That's
Awesome.
That's funny as hell.
Boston Sea Dog.
Y'all can keep that in the pod. It is what it is. I'm doing this for the love, you know? Like,
Right.
it's what it is,
Right.
He's
you know?
sacrificing for the culture, for the greater good
Now
of
it's all
culture.
good.
People gotta know they deserve it, you know.
Yeah. And everything happens for a reason, get you to where you going. So that's part of
for
your
sure,
journey.
you know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
You probably think it's worse than what it is. I think it's hilarious. Like it has.
I mean, I look back at
has
it now
shock
and it's more
value.
funny, but yeah, I look back at it now and it's more funny, but definitely for a good amount of time growing up, I was like, man, I wish I didn't do none of that. Like yada yada. So part of me wishes like, oh, I didn't even put out songs or nothing until I got to this point. But even as I get older, I feel the way about like 3 albums ago. Like, man, I shouldn't even put that out. Like, it's just evolving, you know. Like
Yep.
it's a part of the
It's
growth.
the
And
process
if you
of the
don't,
evolution.
yeah, you know. So it's like letting people see that, like, if that causes some inspiration somewhere, you know, even down the line or now or whatever, like, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, it's for the people. I do it for the people. You know, so they deserve to know. I think that's my new slogan. They deserve to know.
They deserve to know. That's a
Yeah.
T-shirt. I need that.
Right.
PTK. PTK. You feel me?
They deserve
No,
to know.
matter of fact, he had a PTK shirt. That's back when he had the blonde hair. Did you have blonde hair back in high school?
He's like, bro.
He's like,
Yeah.
see, I
Y'all
knew.
pulling all the old hits
I'll
up.
tell you what though. Blonde
was
hair
hitting.
PTK was
He was hidden.
it was
That's
an
what I was
era.
about to say.
I'm about to damage the game with my name, boy. You know I got the stamina. There's about 10 of us, and only one of you. I'm just trying to tell you to come through, cause there's no nonsense. Nonsense, gotta keep on making profit. Profit, wait.
It was an
Hey,
era.
I was about to say he was hidden. He was down at the skate park hitting, bro.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Like like I said, I told you I've been with my wife for 10 years, but there was a little blimp in time where we had broken up. I did my breakup phase hairdo, whatever.
You got to
But
get it
also,
in
like
while you.
Kanye was doing a lot of different hairstyles, and I was like, bro,
Okay.
I'm a child of Kanye. Let me go do what I got to do,
Mm.
you know.
Right.
And yeah, platinum blonde, PTK. That was
Platinum
when
PT.
like I
Platinum
started getting on distro, starting getting on distribution, doing these shuttles with Amped and all this other stuff, and did my first music video at the skate park, and like just went crazy. So I mean, as much as I look back at them photos and I'm like, man, I should have listened to my wife, you know, because it was crazy. But it was an era, bro. It was definitely an era.
You
for
had to
sure.
be there, but you had to be there though. Like if you
Yeah.
was alive during that time, you know, it's like that's different though. And you was hidden. Like I ain't even gonna lie, dude, you was hidden. What's I gonna say though? Maybe it goes back to being a clean rapper. The cleanest clean rapper we know, PTK. We with. Were you always a clean rapper? What?
I would say pretty much. I mean, like initially it was because like, you know, my parents, my mom and everybody, like my mom didn't really care, to be honest, but at the same time, like I'm still her baby. She don't want me cursing and doing none of that.
Being respectful by not doing so.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I still have a filthy mouth, but you know, I'm trying to be better. But you know,
Me too.
like Originally, it was just because I knew my dad and my stepmom and all them were, and my brothers were listening to it. I'm like, let me not steer them wrong and do that. So originally, it was because of that, and then it evolved into like um, just understanding when I really did start getting a platform, how people were looking at me and how like kids from church and kids from just like nephews, whatever, cousins, everything. Like I was like,
Mhm.
okay, like let me let me just set again. It's just like setting an example. Like let me just be a good dude and not steer them in a different direction. Because that's like my whole thought process growing up. Like I analyzed a lot of surroundings around me. Because like I said, I was living in basically two different worlds. My mom, we
Mm,
were everywhere. Dad was in one spot. So it
can't
was
be
like
understated.
just yeah, just over analyzing like the good and the bad, and trying to figure out what to do right and wrong, and that boiled down to like the music side of it, and then now it's turning into more of a faith based aspect where I'm just trying to be better, and but at the same time, it's funny. Like I got music that I'm working on. I was showing my wife the other night, and I curse here and there, but it's just because I'm talking about like really heavy subjects, and I showed my pastor and everything. I was just like, "Look, this is what it is," and he's like, "That's how you feel. That's how you feel. I'm not going to tell you how to express that." At the same time, it's just I understand the platform I have and the people I'm impacting, and trying to just do better. That's how it's always been.
That's dope.
He's still a big fan of me. My dad. He's just staring at me while I'm
That's a
going through
beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's
You
a
don't know,
beautiful thing.
right?
Y'all might look back
That's
at this interview and y'all, you feel me? That's a beautiful thing, man. You never know.
it. Yeah, it put
So
me
it's
under
nice.
pressure because I got a different set of eyes now. I got to think about what I'm. But
Right. You
you know,
right. You're like, how much of that Boston story did you hear, Dad?
right.
man, he knows all about it. It is what it is. But
No, I feel you on that. I feel you on the just the clean rapper sentiments. I mean, you can go back and look at
yeah,
you can go back and look at some of my go back and look at some of my early stuff. Be like, geez, Louise, Marcus. Compared to what I do now, like if I send you a song, like my latest song I just made, like I don't think I've cussed in a few songs, and if I did, it was like you're saying, like it was just expression
I mean, like
within the context
I'll
of
say like
expression.
damn and yeah, I'll say damn and hell and certain other things that I don't really like piss. Like those words is just to be honest, it's just words to me. But I don't really get super vulgar. But like I said, in some new records, I drop a S bomb, and back in my evil era, which I think is like 2022 to 23, I dropped a GD. Sadly, I shouldn't have, but in one song, but it was an ad lib, and I was like, you know what, let's let it fly. I don't know. I was just in a whole different headspace, but you know, I think I'm at the point now where it's like I'm trying not to like. I just want to be raw. Like my last album is my rawest form, and
True.
I don't want to say I've been chasing that same feeling, but like I'm the we'll get into like what I'm working on later, but like the stuff I am talking about is serious, is heavy, it's the world we're living in, and it's like sometimes you just gotta say how you really feel, and but I am trying to talk about it from a perspective as like a Christian dude who's rapping and just trying to do better by people and do better by people in general, just everything. So it's like I do get a little heavy, but I don't want to limit my expression on those things, really in
Mhm.
anything, but especially on those things where it's like
You don't
I
want
know
to.
what this means to other people, and I know what it means to me. This is what it is. Like hate it or love it, take it or leave it, whatever. Like this is what it is, So
Being the
yeah,
best
that's
example
kind of
you can
fun.
be without compensating the
Right,
pureness or sacredness of your art and how you get it
right,
off so
right.
people understand your message fully, how you intended it to be, or your artistry, how you intended it to be, or how you
Yes, sir.
envisioned it or whatever. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's totally understandable. And even though I
Yeah.
say that about you, the clean rapper we know, I don't view it as an identity. You know what I'm saying? I just feel
Mhm.
like it's just a noticeable thing and not because of who you are, because of the environment, because rap is
Yeah, well,
not that place.
it's funny because, like, throughout the years, there's been a lot of moments where people are like, "I didn't even know you didn't cuss," like, just because of the quality of the music. It's like it's almost like,
There you
you know,
go.
it's like I would say until
There you
now,
go.
especially with how like I wouldn't say I'm like Christian hip hop or whatever.
Me either. Because I
We'll
can't
get weird in
complain.
the labels, and I'm not really about that. But what I'm saying is like, especially until now, with how the CHH scene is, with the quality of music,
Right.
I'd say for a good amount of time, at least since I've been doing music, like there's just a drastic quality difference between like somebody who I'm a real rapper and then somebody who's like, hey, I'm a rapper, but this is what I'm about and this is what I do, yada yada, and I don't cuss. There was a big quality change, I feel like, between the two until recent years. And so, like, throughout the years, I feel like people were like, "Man, I didn't even know you cussed because or didn't cuss because, bro, I listen to this all the time." Like, you know, but it's like there is people who pay attention for real, but also, you know, if people just throw me on, it is what it is. But it's funny, like, I think as time has passed, people are noticing more. Maybe it's my character, maybe it's how I'm promoting stuff, maybe it's I don't know, you know, anything. But it's just I think it's dope that you said that because it's like as time evolves, it's like that 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 quality, you know, overlap or division is more overlapping now, you know, I'd say. So yeah.
I got a few things before we get too far. So
You good.
what you're specifically saying right now, one of the first ones for me was Lecrae. Like hearing that label and just honestly speaking, like, you know, Christian rap, whatever. But then
Right.
like I heard him and I was just like, I don't like forget the labels. Like this is good music.
Man,
I don't care. He's
Church
spitting. Like
Quality.
Close
this
2,
man's
Church
spitting.
Close 2,
Right. I'm like,
that
this
was
man
a
is
different
spitting.
he was bringing in mainstream rappers to talk about God, and it
Exactly.
was quality, like
To a
yeah.
lot of Christians that I personally knew, it was like building a fence because people was on one side or the other. And I was like, are y'all hearing this? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? He's still staying true to him, but that is what it
Yeah.
is. But I'd say Lecrae was
Andy
like one of the first I heard for that.
Yeah, Andy Mineo is one of those dudes too, like, even still to this day, like, he's just true to himself, but, like, he's also not in a space he said in a recent interview, he's like, "Can we just, like, stop monetizing Jesus?" You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Christ follower, I'm a Christ believer. I'm not trying to make him a business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "My faith is my faith. That's what I'm doing. This is how I'm living. I don't need to monetize his name to." Because honestly, if he fed into that, he'd probably get more of the business and the monetization and everything because especially
Preach.
right now, bro, I'm gonna be honest,
Preach.
it's a selling point.
Preach.
Yeah.
But he's like, I would rather just be honest about my faith and my journey. And like, if I do bring up God, if I do bring up Jesus, that's exactly how I'm feeling and how I'm living right now. And that's something I can respect because I'm seeing some things where people notice that it's a selling point and people are just trying to slide their way
He's
in. I
on
mean,
into it.
I'm sure it's happened since the beginning of time, you know, but I see it. You know, I see people just trying to get their way in because this is what's making money. And also, like, if we're talking like Christian contemporary music, they probably make more money than the mainstream artists, bro, because they got different types of licenses. They got different types of publishing things set up. Like, most people just have like royalties and publishing. They got that plus another two, maybe another two. Like, the money is serious in that. Like, I've seen that. Like, it's wild. So people know that it's a place of you don't even have to be the most famous. You got this amount of this coming in. You know, like
Right.
churches got to like churches got to pay licenses to even put lyrics on a screen, let
And a
alone
lot do that.
sing the songs
Let alone.
and print out the music of the songs for the people to play instruments to. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of money there. Like, so you know, when it comes to like the whole like, I'm never gonna shy away from my faith. You know, like I'm never
Right.
gonna shy away from who I am as a person. And obviously I talk about it a lot in my songs. So it's like, but I'm not into the monetization thing, at least right now. You know, like I don't know, maybe things will change and I don't know. But like that's just me being honest. Like I'm not into making a business out of my savior. You know what I mean? Like that's just I feel Andy Mineo on that, and he's one of the artists that really inspired me to even start making my own music. You know, so I mean, that is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
I
gonna
feel
lie. I'm not tapped in like that on Andy.
bro. I would say start with Neverland, the first Neverland. That's a little EP. And then Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is I just got that on vinyl because it hit its 10-year anniversary. That is an album. Honestly, like
Neverland and Uncomfortable.
2013 to 2015 Reach Records artists, Lecrae, Trip Lee, Garvey, Andy Mineo,
Lee.
Tadashi, all their albums in that 2 to 3 year span, nuts. Like, even now, like I'll go back to them and I'm like, bro, this is better than a lot of music right now
So, okay.
in a general sense. Like Trip Lee Rise, he came out with a book with it too. Phenomenal book, phenomenal album. They got the behind the scenes production videos with Gavi. It's just a different time in music, but especially like Christian hip hop. Like them dudes are serious. Like they're bro, like Andy now, like Andy just turned independent. He's got one of the best pens I think of all time, in my opinion, you know, in general. Not even just on a faith based, you know, mindset. Just straight up like dude can rap, you know. That's how I view it. So Marcus, I'll send you some stuff, man, like to get
Please
into
do.
like
Please
Andy, I saw Andy Mineo live for the first time 2012, 2013. That is what made me want to start making my own music. Like really recording and doing all that. Like because the
Okay.
freestyles and stuff, I was like, yeah, that's cool. All right, let me figure out how to do my own thing. That was Andy Mineo. Like seeing him do that at Winter Jam or whatever it was, that was something. Like that's one of the first things that really like planted a seed and like, let me do my thing, you know? So he's still one of my top most influential artists to me, for sure. And I've seen him play like 6 times. I've gotten to meet him, you know, good dude. You know, trying to now that he's indie, I'm like, let's do something, brother. You know,
We're making this. We're
uh,
making this a clip. Shout out Andy.
yeah, shout out Andy Mineo, man. Definitely underrated.
Underrated.
He started out as a battle rapper and worked his way up. What'd you say?
Nothing, just selling it.
I'm selling. After I just said that I'm not too familiar, I'm just like underrated. I'm just saying anything. I'm just saying anything you're saying.
Nah, I'm gonna get you tapped in though, man. He's a beast.
Shout out Andy.
2 more things real quick. So also, you were talking about just trying to not cuss as much in your music, or if any at all. I remember when we first started rapping, me and Marcus, and I was going through the same thing as you. I didn't want my dad to like hear me cussing like that because my mouth can get bad. It just can. It's just what it is. So I'm sitting here like trying to I'm writing raps, recording them, scared to put them out because he's following me on everything. So like I'm like, he's gonna hear it, and then but keep in mind I'm already moved out and everything, so it's not like. But I don't know. I just
bro,
didn't
it's
want
real.
him to
It's
hear
real.
it.
It's
Like,
real. I
so
feel that.
I still remember, I don't remember the exact song, but I was like 22 when I finally was like, I don't care, man. Just put like Marcus, just put that, like, just put it out. And I was on there saying whatever. So I know he heard it, never said nothing. So I'm sitting there all worried. Now he felt the way, but he never came. I mean, he was like, hey, like, you gonna do what you gonna do. And then maybe when I was 25, 26, he was finally like, you know, if you didn't cuss so much, like, I'll probably listen to your stuff more. Like, he's like, it's not bad. He's like, you just, geez.
It's
I was
funny.
like,
It's funny, man. Like, you know, like the way my mom and dad, like the way that they parented me, like was very different, but they're both so just like involved with me that like they were tapped in with everything I was doing. My dad would ask me a question about every single word and lyric I had on any song from the conception of stuff. Like
a genius lyric
yeah,
breakdown.
I'd be in the closet to record. Like, you know how he came in here and peeped in on what I was talking about? He would do that when I'm recording in the corner of the closet and be like, so what's that about? And I'm like, Brad, like, I ain't even, it's just some thoughts. Like, you know,
I don't even know for real.
Right. I figure out myself.
Yeah.
Disturb
So,
me.
but then again,
I'm speaking.
that kind of showed me, like, once I really did get a platform and got some buzz and stuff, like, man, if he's going to ask me some stuff, like,
You know.
what's this 12-year-old going to ask me? What's dude from this area going to ask me? Like, everything, you know, like, and it wasn't, I saw it as a limitation at first, but then like I just realized I'm like, nah, let me just try to be who I'm trying to be, you know, like that's kind of what it is. So Yeah, I feel that though, like being grown and just like still, bro, the stuff I'm working on, I'm like, man, I don't know if I
Right.
put this out, am I gonna get these phone calls and then from anybody? So I mean, yeah, it's a real feeling for sure. I feel that.
And the last thing, just about all of that, I find it more impressive that, like you said, people are just now starting to realize that you're not, because the
because of
quality
the
of what you're
quality of
putting out
music.
is so
Yeah.
good. And like that's impressive. Like that really is.
Before we get into, because we're about to get into your actual catalog and things, that's the first thing I thought. Cause I'm like, because we knew like that before you came on. Like we talked to Study, we talked to Ivory, shout out them both. We
Yeah.
y'all have actually said they've actually all talked about studying somebody, and I'm like, we're gonna make it a clip where it's Study,
Yes.
Ivory, and him all talking about the same thing, but they don't know it. They have the same habits, so
Right.
it's like what they have in common. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny, like I've seen both pies, but I didn't pick up on that though. That's
Yeah,
wild.
you did. So we'll make it a clip. But what song did you make where it started like where people started, you know, they started drawing people towards it? You know what I'm saying? Where you were like people started having a reaction and like, oh, and like
Yeah.
this, this might be all right.
So I think the first one, and it's funny because I hate the song, but the first one was probably the song called Danny Phantom. I put it out in high school and felt like the Ballard anthem for a minute. Like people, like we created a dance move to it. There's old videos out there somewhere of like people just doing the move, and I would skip class and record promo videos in the hall, like crazy stuff. Like
What?
that was the first one. But it's funny, it didn't even get onto streaming until I, like, started messing with distribution, like, a year later or something, a year and some change later. But then from there, it was probably the song called "Wow." That's the one I did my first music video to,
Okay, I was
and I
wondering
was promoting and I was promoting this album called AWOL,
that. Okay,
and
AWOL's code Grammy 3.
oh, man, yeah, I didn't know you checked that out. Wow.
Hey,
Because that's not a streaming album, that's a deep cut.
that is Grammy 3. I could still listen to that's dope. You had to know
I
that was dope.
appreciate that.
That was
I
dope.
think I think that album is still in its entirety on SoundCloud because there was other projects I just uploaded to DatPiff because I was running out of space on SoundCloud and I'm not paying a premium, I'm just not, I'm broke. But
I don't blame you.
dang, I didn't know you were going into the SoundCloud stuff. Now I kind of wish like you heard like Unstoppable and Prodigy the mixtape and stuff because I know those aren't in its entirety.
We'll have you back on again.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, AWOL, like, that was a moment because I don't know, my memory's blurry a lot, but at that time, like, I don't know if it was the singles, I don't know if it was this or that, but it was just creating, like, this hype, like, I just kept saying AWOL coming soon, whatever. At the time, United Masters was just becoming a thing, and that was the one I was on current at that time,
Okay.
and I had my homie paint my album cover. I don't know if you peeped the cover on it, but,
Yeah, I
like,
did.
that's
Had
an
like 3 or
original
4
painting.
faces.
Yeah, that's like an original painting of my face based off this one photo,
Mm.
and I would upload it to distribution, and this was like a, months long issue where United Masters was like, "The imagery in the album submission has copyright," and I'm like, "It's an original
Listen.
painting." So I couldn't get so I'm telling you, I'm, like, emailing, doing everything I gotta do, nothing. I'm not getting nothing. And so I started this whole new thing called, like, hashtag free AWOL. It started a whole 'nother level of hype, and, like, then I figured out how to
He's a hustler.
I was like, "You know what?" I, like, Zoom there was an alternate painting, because Act 1 there's a EP called Act 1 on streaming. That's, like, the first AWOL is in 3 different acts. It's a whole story. I
Oh,
put the first act on
okay.
streaming.
Okay.
And it's like you can see it's kind of a zoomed in yellow painting type of thing. I got that on streaming, and then I can't remember. I think I just put AY out on SoundCloud and was like, "This is what it is. This is what I can do. I can't do nothing else. I'm
Our
not changing the
community,
cover."
it is on his
Yeah,
YouTube.
and so
It's on your
yeah,
YouTube.
and and also like at that time, I was getting I was getting real close with this dude named Ty from Atlanta, who's actually Akon's son. We got a song on AWOL called "On My Mind," and that was one
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a heavy that's a heavy song on there, but that's one of my favorite songs that we did on there. AWOL's a heavy album, bro. Like I was really going through some stuff, and
That's
so
why. Okay.
yeah, I mean, but that time, 2019, when I just started like really promoting myself and doing that, and then 2020 came along. I was doing a single every month. I read Russ's book and learned from the methods, and I started working with Slick, and so I was actually going to a studio to make like quality level joints. And
Where's Slick
our
at
first
again?
song that Slick is on 4th Street at Evo Auditory.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's where it is. That's where
over
it is.
by 4th Street Live.
I haven't met Slick, but shout out Slick because
Yeah,
many of
man, the
people.
legend.
Right.
Dude's a legend. But our first song is funny. Like this dude named Equity. I don't know if you ever tapped in with him, but he's dope too.
What?
Me and him started-
Modelo?
Seen him on, seen him on the tape.
Yes,
So
sir.
Modelo was the very first song I did with Slick. And that was recorded in January of 2020. I remember my birthday is January 23rd. I recorded Modelo like 10 days before. I had another song that I was putting out in January because, like I said, I was building up these singles once a month. My birthday party was at the church. We were shooting a music video. It's called Want It. The song is called Want It. I don't know if it was just because I posted a snippet on the story of Modelo or whatever. People were going nuts. So nuts to the point where I'm at this party, my own birthday party for a video shoot of another song, and people are like, perform Modelo. Like people I grew up with are like, bro, you gotta play this. So like in the middle of a video shoot, I'm performing a whole other song with I
Crazy.
recorded the song 10 days before. I was seeing people knew every word. I don't like my song got leaked somewhere. Like there was people that knew the song. And so I was like, okay, bro, I was about to be 18. So like I was like, I don't even know what to do with this. Like this is a lot, like this is a lot. I don't know what to do with this. But Modelo is still my most popular song. I can't stand that song, but it is what it is. Like bro, people bring it up just because of that one line. I don't know if y'all know the line. It's a line. It gets brought up all the time.
No, our community go find that line. I don't know what line he's talking about, but I will go back and listen.
It's the opening. It's the opening line.
I'm not. Hey, don't worry about it. Make them go. No, make them go find it. If they want to go find it, we're not
I
gonna
don't
give
want to
them
make
everything.
them find. I don't want to make them.
It's gonna give you a stream.
The thing is, I'll say this: the line is a bar. Is it crazy? Yes, still a bar. People love to twist it however they want to twist it.
Hold up.
Oh, you know what it is?
Because
You
think I
remember?
do. Is it?
Oh.
I'm
This better
trying.
not be a clip. This better not be a clip.
It's not.
Is this the one? She loved the kid.
So all right. So
Is that it? Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No, this is good promotion.
She in love with the kid like a pedo. That's the opening line to this. Yeah. So yeah.
Look, I
she in
heard
love
it.
with the kid.
Look, this was a
Prodigy the
different.
Kid. Yeah,
This was
No. I got it
I was
immediately.
17, man. It is what it is.
no.
But
I thought you was flowing.
Me too. That's what I was about to say.
I'm telling you, I heard that today. So
I'm
that's
like, this is
how
a battle
I knew. I
rap.
was
This
like,
is a
which
battle rap
one?
mentality on top of a summer hit.
yeah,
You feel me?
But it's funny.
It's-
Like I remember when I was like first like promoting the clip, like for real, like when it was about to come out, and everybody was like, "This is fire." And then I remember there was one comment, and it was a girl, and she was just like, "Yo, like throw up emojis, like you shouldn't be saying stuff like this." And I'm telling you this, I didn't have this. This was how crazy it was at the time. At the time, like, and she was genuine. She was being genuine in her
Yeah, yeah,
reaction.
yeah.
She was like, "I don't think this line is cool. It's actually, I think it's disgusting." Yada yada. I'm like, bro, you feel however you feel. That is what it is. There was like 20 people just going at her in the comments, saying like,
Ooh.
"You don't understand. This is a line. He's saying this. He's
I've
still.
had one of them
This isn't
situations.
anything to offend people." Like, but I didn't even have to say a word. That's how crazy it was at that time. Like, I really was like getting a fan base to where they were like, they didn't even know me and they were defending me over this line. Anyway, it's a crazy line. It is, and it still haunts me to this day. But I'm not gonna delete the song. I'm not gonna change the line. It is what it is. It's like we were talking about earlier. Like I gotta show the progress, you know? I was 17, bro. I made a hit song and didn't know that it was what it was. But yeah, that line's a line for sure. That's a line.
I'm not gonna lie though. If you would have never, but like you said, if you would have never put that stuff out, I probably wouldn't be as big of a fan of you if you didn't have that stuff. If you were just like, if I
Yeah,
only
sure.
had like 2 projects, I'd be like, oh, so it's just who
Mm,
he is in comparison to this is who it's become.
right.
I
Yeah.
give that's just where I feel. So
Now the fact that you even brought up AWOL was because that's not like people don't know about that album. You know, if you unless you like went to Ballard and were just like in that like scene at the time, like you don't people don't really know about that. I don't hear about that album a lot. So I mean, you did your research, you did your due diligence. So that's wild to me. So I appreciate it. So
what's your YouTube username?
Prodigy the Kid.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just want to make
same
sure.
thing, not everything.
Oh, everything. Okay. Yeah, y'all know we with Prodigy the Kid. Go find that
Hmm.
album though. If you want to start with one, blow your socks off.
Yeah,
Granny 3. I mean, I'm telling you, I listened to that. I was just like, he made this before everything. He made this before
yeah,
everything. I'm like, I would have looked at bro and been like, yeah, like your best is yet to come, little Brody. like,
yeah,
like I didn't gonna lie to you. Your best is yet to come. And when I say your
yeah.
best
I
is yet to
appreciate
come, I
that.
mean like if I would have met you back then, I would have told you that, bro. I would have
Yeah,
been
I
like,
appreciate that, man. That album is definitely special to me. Like I said, it's 3 separate acts. It's a whole story. Same with 150. Even though like some of the quality and some of the melodies and lines, whatever, you know, I'm my biggest critic, so I go over everything. There's even stuff in 10 Year Rookie and other stuff where I'm just like, man, I wish I did this differently or whatever.
you always feel that way, bro.
Those those 2 albums specifically though, like AWOL and 150, like despite their quality, despite the place I was in, like every place I was in and every album is still like, bro, that's me. It was still me at one point. And also like you just see the growth from it. But yeah, I mean the conscious heavy, those are the 2 most conscious heavy albums I think I have. And so those definitely hold a special place in my heart for sure. So I appreciate y'all even, you know, bringing that up.
Said there's some angels in the sky when I cry, but there's one thing they won't do is take my pride. For
Mm.
sure. We go to I'll fast forward to 2021. Do we have both Before the Storm and what did you say, 100? How did you say it? Is it 150?
I say it 150.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that's how I
However,
looked at it.
however people say it is whatever. Like it's not really.
150.
It's based off of address, and so
Oh, okay, okay. There you go.
before the storm.
God in My Raps,
So
ICE, Monologue
yeah,
2019 Freestyle.
yeah.
Those are some of my favorite songs off of it for the odd community.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, it's funny. Like I see those as like the throwaways, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Is it?
being
Yeah,
honest.
we've had our first disagreement. It didn't take only took an hour into
Well,
it. Let's go.
it
No, I was playing.
it's funny because like a lot of even at the time, I remember like people were like, "Bro, this is your best work." Like, and I'm like, "Bro, these are." I'm just rapping. It is what it is. Like you know, like
Right.
Batman freestyle was dope though.
I
Air
hey,
Package,
and
yeah.
they are
Air
dope
Pack is a
though.
crowd favorite, bro.
The song not saying that the quality is different, but, like, I can see why people would like that more, while
Yeah.
Batman is like, oh,
It's
yeah,
Griselda heavy,
yeah,
you know.
uh, he
So,
already tapped into one of our favorites because I read his
Hey,
bio, and he put, uh, To Pimp a Butterfly and Kendrick Lamar as, like, some of his top ever. So I was
mm.
like, well, he's already checked off the iPod. He's already checked off
Yeah,
Griselda
bro.
and,
Bro,
Kendrick.
T-Pab is the greatest album of all time to me, bro.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
gonna be hard to change that, to be honest. That was such a moment in my personal life. It's gonna be hard to change that, bro. Like, it's gonna be hard.
Why did you have such a connection to that piece of work?
I think for me, I was 13 at that time, and
Alright.
bro, I was dealing with a lot. You know, I had a lot of friends and family passing at the time, and
Mm.
like I was literally talking to my wife about this a few days ago. Like, bro, once 2013 hit, like when I first started making music, like all the way up until like recent years, like people dying back to back. Like it was just a crazy time, and I was genuinely like going through a real depression at that time, just at 13 years old. And To Pimp a Butterfly was like the first time I had heard somebody that I had already looked up to, one, but two, just on the level that Kendrick was at. That was my first time hearing somebody even talk about those thoughts, talk about
Man.
those situations, talking about like people talk about it, but the way he talked about it and how he brought it into like his view of the world, his view of the culture, his view of
Yeah.
y'all are talking about this and not talking about this. And also just now that we're 11 years removed from that album, every year as I grow as a man and also just like keep looking into it, there's just so many layers you peel back. And like, I can't imagine if I knew this thing 10 years ago when I was 13. Like, it's honestly, I think it's a masterpiece because of how even a decade over later, I'm still finding stuff out about it. I'm still understanding what this thing means and what this lyric means and who played this instrument and like just finding more stuff out about it and how I connected with it off rip. You know? And also that was like right before streaming really became a thing and there was a different connection with albums back then, I feel like compared to now especially. That's one of those last moments where I was like, I got this CD, I got this vinyl, I got this cassette, whatever it is. I had it with me and I took it everywhere I went. Like it was one of those. Even though it's not like an album that you can really replay a lot just off the sake of the heaviness and the topics and whatever. Most of the greatest albums and greatest artists, they're not meant to be, you know, on a replay value establishment. Like, you know, Songs in the Key of Life is a phenomenal album. I don't play it all the time because of how it's almost like the Beatles. Like everybody thinks the Beatles is so great. That's kind of it though. You can't get more or less out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it comes to certain albums, it's like,
Yeah.
let me sit with this let me sit with this for the runtime, the duration, and go on about my life for the next 3, 4, 5, whatever months. Come back to it when I need it. It's almost like medicine. Music is medicine. Even though I've probably only heard To Pimp a Butterfly less than 100 times in 10 years, it's still that pinnacle for me, bro. Like that is what it is for me. Like
No, I
it's gonna be
definitely
hard to
agree.
beat that.
Timeless
Like as far as
quality.
in how
Yeah.
you're talking about like those great albums, like I about 4 or 5 that like I go to them when I need them. I don't
Man.
just always, you know, every day because there's certain songs just that I just go through,
And
blah
Kendrick's
blah
got
blah,
3
same
of
old.
those. Kendrick's
But
got
like
3 of those
right,
for me, bro.
Kendrick
Like,
is heavy.
bro, I was already a huge Kendrick fan. I found Kendrick in 2010 when I was 8 years old on YouTube. The
Oh,
first thing I saw from
you
Kendrick
found him at a good time.
Yeah, the first
Mhm.
thing I saw from Kendrick was the Michael Jordan music video. Like, I almost remember that video frame by frame. It's the girl coming up in black and white, "I used to wanna be like Michael Jordan," and then him and Schoolboy Q rapping on the 10 freeway. Like, that was a moment for me. Then my mom had went to Bonnaroo and seen him, like, right after Section 80 came out, and he was like he wasn't the Kendrick we know now, even the Kendrick we knew
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Good Kid. And
Right,
so, like,
right.
I mean, you wanna talk about Good Kid and everything. Kendrick's got 3 of those albums. What you were saying, like,
Mhm.
he's got 3 of those, like, those pivotal moments in life and how I connect with them, he's at least got 3. So, I mean, yeah.
I know it.
Kendrick is my GOAT. And the latest victory lap has been an enjoyment, you know, for sure.
It has.
You wanna know my two goats I go back and forth? I'm sorry, because I can remember this.
No,
It sound like yours is off the
I'm
cuff.
going with yours. I feel like
Yeah.
if you Illmatic is gonna be in one of your top 5s.
Yeah.
Other than I don't know your other ones, but I feel like Rashid Illmatic is gonna be in your top 5.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Illmatic, and
Yeah.
that one was one that was later. That like I had heard it
I know what you
before, but I
Me
didn't
too.
appreciate it.
Me
You know what I
either.
mean?
I
Like
didn't
until
appreciate
I
it.
got a little older, I was just like, no, man, this man was
Yeah, I feel
18,
that.
19 years old. Right. Like
Yeah.
making this stuff. That's crazy. So that's
That is
definitely
another
one
one
that
of those where it's like as time passes, the layers keep getting peeled and, like
Right.
also, you just live it bro, the fact that dude was 18, 16, whatever, however he
Uh-oh.
was, like, bro,
It's
that man lived a
crazy.
grown man life, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it was because it's the same thing with Jay for me. Like I grew up listening to Jay, but I was on the radio hits Jay. I wasn't on like volume 1, volume 2, you know.
Really listening to him, right?
But when I turned 21, like I was like, you know what? Let me just check in my lifetime. Like I'm like, man, like bro, you just gotta live different. You gotta be in a different phase of life to connect with certain music. And
Yep.
it's like it doesn't bro, music is subjective. I don't care how people look at it, whatever. I know we're so numbers and streaming obsessed, whatever. It's subjective. Music is art. Nobody can ever pinpoint the greatest art piece of all time. People say it's Mona Lisa. I for sure don't say that.
Sure,
So
I've
it's
seen
like,
it. It definitely ain't.
yeah, you know, so it's like people, bro, I think one of my homies is one of the illest painters I've ever met. Like, I think he's got that beat. Like, it's just, it's crazy. Like, study. He's got album of the year still for me. Like, it's like,
Album of
I
the
don't
year.
know if that's because I'm from Louisville. I don't know if it's because I know him. It doesn't matter. When I'm
Nah,
realizing from this, bro, he's
nah.
got J. Cole beat. He's got these
He's
King
got
beat.
the,
He's the
took the
I
reason
know
words
J.
out
y'all
of my
gonna
Cole.
mouth.
feel the
He's the
same,
He's
but
reason
got
it's like,
King
you
beat.
know,
off.
yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
listen. I
I just played.
I told him that.
I ain't gonna
I
say anything.
told Study that. I was
He
like,
did.
bro, I'm not
The answer.
BSing you. Like,
Yeah.
so it's funny how all this is connected. Because that's what I told him while he was on there. I was like, I put your album with these albums that I'm about to tell you a few of them that like just really I go to when I need them. I was like, I'm not playing, bro. I was like, whatever people want to call it, like I put your album made me feel that way.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
you
know what
go.
else to say.
Exactly.
I told him the same thing. Like, I was like, bro, I remember I stayed up for the fall off. I don't know why I did that, but I stayed up because I didn't know it was going to be a 2-hour album. But I stayed up and
It's
I listened, bro. I sat with that album,
it's a
and
two
and
discer.
and me and Alibaba, me, him, and Study we talk a lot. Like with it's just we back and forth a lot. And I think that's like
Mhm.
our core three. And me and Alibaba, bro, we'll be talking, and he's like, man, I can't believe what J. Cole says no more, yada, yada. Move out the way, bruh. Phil Legend is still legend. It is what it is. And I'm like, bruh, kind of right. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's different.
I find it ironic, since J. Cole acts like he's from the Ville, that Ville Legend comes out, the Fall Off comes out. I'm just saying. I'm literally just saying.
I'm going to say this to y'all, and y'all can leave it in, maybe not. But
Yes,
I've, since J. Cole had his song Villmatic, I'm like, man, that is the coldest album name
It
for
is.
like a Louisville album.
It is.
He hasn't done anything with it. I've always had this big idea where at some point, especially if I get to like a certain place in my career where I can
Smashing
like
that.
bring people up, bro, I'm gonna try and make this album called Villmatic and bring the illest rappers and the illest artists, the illest whatever, and
Mhm.
just like every song, like ciphers, hit songs, whatever, like just like showcase the Vill and also kind of base it off like what Illmatic is and viewing that from us, but it's like, Villmatic. Like I don't
Bro,
care if I'm biting the idea, bro. He didn't do nothing with it. I'm trying to take it and
yeah,
run and see what I can do with that. But that's
it's
always
so
been
crazy.
that's always been a
The
crazy idea.
connection between what we're talking about, Nas with Illmatic in Louisville, because
Yeah.
that was one of my early dreams. I started making beats when before I started like actually writing.
Mhm.
So when I was making beats, like shit wasn't worth nothing, them first few ones. But in my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I put this together. In my head, I'm like, I want to make a Louisville album where I produce all the beats and then I'm gonna just get all these different Louisville rappers to rap on them and I'm gonna call it
Mhm.
The World Is Yours.
Mm.
Also from Nas. Like, so
Whoa.
it's just crazy, like the
Yeah.
overlapping of everything right now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Bro, this is wild. We've had had a full circle moments.
And
Already.
then real quick, before we go too far past, Ye got a few, them first like 2 or
I
3.
know. I know.
I go back to them. Kendrick, like you said, he got, for me, he's got 2. Now, I listen to all of it, but I'm saying there's 2 specific ones that are like, they just like heal me. Like, I don't know what to say. And then Cuddy's Man on the Moon, the first one, that's
I'm a big Man on the Moon 2 guy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to
You
Okay.
you,
like
but
Man
I
on the Moon
respect it.
too?
Okay.
I respect it. Yeah.
Okay.
I respect it.
So
I'll let you
Yeah.
live on
now
that
with
one. I'll mess with Man on the Moon too.
Common,
I mess with Man on the Moon too on that one.
no,
Yeah.
I mess with it, but it's everything where he was talking about on the first one.
On the first
Where he
one,
was talking about
yeah.
Common with the little interludes, like just all of it. Like
Yeah.
I still am. Like if I turn on a song for that, I gotta go. I'll be like, all right, back to the beginning
Yeah.
of the album. I gotta go all the way through it.
Not to keep rambling, but I do got a hot take with Kid Cudi, bro.
Let's
I've
do it.
never met anybody. I've only met one person, and he's like a Cudi fanatic, like Stan. Speeding Bullet to Heaven, bro. I know people dog on it, and it's a Kurt Cobain demo ripoff album.
It's different.
I I enjoy it. I always have since it came out, and I know it's kind of like
Okay.
this drunken demo, like I said, Kurt Cobain ripoff. There's just something about it to me where it's like, 150, my album 150
Yeah.
is based off of like a Charles Manson
Yep, Manson.
character mindset thing. Those things are really connected for me. So that's why I've always just kind of liked. I'm into weird, rock, alternative rock stuff, bro. Like I started in rock bands. I didn't really make that known, but like I started like playing in bands when I was 10 years old, like playing guitar and then finding out how to play drums and all that. So like rock has a special place in my heart. My first concert was Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Yum Center in 2010. Like it's just
I
totally
remember when
different.
they
Yeah.
came.
Yeah. That was a wild time. But yeah, like so Speeding Bullet to Heaven, it gets a lot of crap. But just sonically, like it's something for me where I'm like, bro, I respect this. I like it. It's dope. I don't care what nobody else has to say about it. But I'm rambling. But I just wanted to make that.
No, that's
Down that
cool.
hill.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm going.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it because I trust your musical taste.
Right.
I listen to it, but I'm saying it might be one of them where I hear it now and I hear it different. I feel it different. So I'm gonna try.
Right.
I'm gonna try again.
Also, bro, I was like I said, bro. At that time, I was super depressed. It was one of them. I was like, oh, he's in the same space I am. Kind of like it was. You got to be in different modes. I feel like for certain albums.
Yeah.
But if you want to go back, I'm not gonna make you. But if you want to go back and
Right.
listen to it, go ahead and let me know. Because I'm
Definitely.
expecting that text and be like, bro, this is garbage. But
I'm gonna wait till I'm
yeah,
down.
I don't know. I've just always I've never heard anybody else really have that take, so I wanted to let it be known on the OddPod.
I've never heard
not to
anyone
randomly
say
go.
that. I've never heard anyone
Yeah.
say that. So
Me
it's
either.
literally
Yeah.
like
Exclusive.
iPod exclusive. Only gonna hear it there.
Drop my air horns real quick, bro.
Right.
Let me
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
We need rock horns. Like I don't know what rock horns to be like, but
Yeah.
But you kind of alluded to kind of like what got this whole conversation started in the first place. 150 songs like Finesse, Killers, 150, Ransom, Roadkill, Downward Spiral, Manson. I really mess with Not My Home and also Heavy with OG Ugly. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I appreciate
But
that.
I look, I know Rashad.
I'm gonna
Look,
let you do
look,
your thing.
here,
I'm gonna
here.
bring it back.
You don't have
I don't know where this is going.
I only want a short answer for this one so we can get into the OG. Because I want the community, our community, go listen.
Yeah.
Is Roadkill the true experience?
Yeah, it's based off a true experience.
That's what I'm like, okay. So that's all I
Yeah.
wanted to know. So for people
It's based off a true experience. Like it's twisted into the narrative of the album,
Right.
but essentially what it is and what happened.
Right.
In terms of just you gotta listen to the song, but
right.
Yeah, it's based off of a real life event that I lived.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be a tease. That's a tease. We're not gonna give y'all everything. We can't look. We're gonna lead you to the water. We ain't gonna put it up to your lips and tell you open wide. You feel me? Pause. But
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Rashad. You're supposed to stop me before I say things like that.
I'll let you do
You're
your
supposed to
thing.
You're going too far.
Pause.
Look.
What?
OG Ugly.
What was I about to say? Yes.
OG Ugly.
Oh yeah.
OG Ugly. Are we talking about the same OG Ugly?
It has to be, bro.
He's a
everything
wrestler
keeps.
now. Yeah.
Shout out OG Ugly. We gotta
So
get you on. We
I
gotta
gotta,
get you on,
I,
OG.
Hear
I
that.
gotta,
Shout
I
out,
gotta
bro.
go.
I haven't really talked to him in a minute, but I mean, bro, I remember us crossing
He's doing
paths.
well.
Yeah, bro. Bro, he's what?
Bro, I'm just laughing because like when stuff, how we keep
It's
talking
God,
about
bro. It's
stuff
God.
overlapping
It's
and
God.
yeah, I know him. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Like he
You
said,
sh-
I feel like that's God. I feel like it's just like stuff meant to be.
That's why we're
So
laughing. Go ahead.
I gotta tell you the whole story.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I work with this man, JB Thunder.
Shout out
We had
JB.
him on the pod,
Shout out
the
Apollo.
two wrestlers.
Shout
If
out
you've
H
seen
and
that
I.
episode, if you haven't, go check that out.
Yeah.
So I worked at this job before, was not there for like 5 years. I'm back. And me and this guy never really talked. So we finally started talking because everybody's like, they know I'm a big wrestling fan. And they like, JB Thunder wrestles. And I was like, oh yeah, y'all told me that the last time. So I finally just started talking to him. And like, he's like, you can tell he's genuinely impressed by like just this man actually is a fan. Like he's not no poser.
Right.
So he's finally like, hey, I'm gonna give you some. He wrestles for out of Grindhouse Wrestling, in Indiana. He's like, hey, I'm gonna give you some tickets to the show. No big deal. Just come if you want to. If not, whatever. So I drive up there and go to the show, and like midway through, this white dude comes out, music pretty good, his theme song, and they like he's OG Ugly, and then this other dude I work with was there too. So they had an intermission. He comes over. He's like, I'm like, I kind of like that guy and his music. Like, he's like, he made that. He's like, that's his music. And I'm like, okay, like, maybe, I could try to get a hold of him. So then I go back to work, and that guy's like, is there anybody you liked? Is there anybody that you want me to like, push towards you to get on the pod? And I'm like, yeah, OG Ugly. So then I'm telling Marcus this because
Today,
Oh
Prodigy.
snap!
yes,
Oh wow!
I'm telling him we'll talk about the pod and like possible people we done talked to. Yeah, maybe we get him on. I'm telling two people, and I'm like, yeah, one is this guy named OG Ugly. He wrestles in Grindhouse too, and he's like, okay, cool. We going through your like separately, going through your catalog. He hits me up. He's like, bro, he has a song with OG Ugly.
This was like an
"You're
hour after we
lying.
had the conversation.
Quit lying to me."
Yo,
Yeah, I promise.
that is
I
crazy.
promise, bro. That's why
I'm
I'm
like,
This
out
is a
of
brain
all the
break pod,
people,
bro. It's a brain break pod.
out of all the
that's why I
people,
told you. I was like, I don't know what's
Right.
gonna happen on
'Cause
this
I
pod
don't
today.
I don't know if he's really put out his own music in like it's been a minute. Like
Mhm.
Okay.
and if he has, I apologize. I'm trying to get more tapped in, but
Right.
I've also been off socials the last year. But
Yes.
like, yeah, I mean that's just the connection bro,
it's just
it's so different than it just comes back over. That's crazy. That's
so.
wild.
I just when he said that, I was just
Today
like,
is
come
crazy.
on. Today,
Today is crazy.
right?
Heavy.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
song
Shout
Heavy?
out to bro though. Yeah. Heavy.
Hey, dope song.
How did
It's
they
like the
even
end
come
credits. It's like the
about?
end
I
credits.
love the energy of that song. Oh my
Yeah, that's
God.
like the end credits. It's funny. I think that was like
The
one
way.
of the first songs I made after putting out AWOL.
Okay.
But like, yeah, at that time, I know there's like a few artists that like really have like that trap metal sound. Like I think his dude's name is like Zillakami. Some other
Yes.
artists
Shout
like
out Zillakami.
at that time, like
That's crazy.
OG Ugly was one of the only dudes I had seen really doing that. And I was like, again, my appreciation for rock and other genres, I was like, this is dope. Like if you do it the right way, it's dope. Like I was like, let me try and mess around with it. And Audie sent me that beat. That was one of the first beats Audie had ever sent me on. So I made this joint and I was like, let me get OG Ugly on it. And he smacked it. Like,
Smack that mug.
yeah, as much as like I'm not into that type of style anymore or that type of sound, like I still appreciate it
still
for
listen.
what it is. And I appreciate it even more now that we're doing this. Like,
Right.
that's just Today is crazy.
And
That's a wild.
today,
Yeah.
he has
He said,
he has risen. He has risen.
that's gotta be a crazy feeling to be like, yeah, let's talk about this dude getting on the pod, and then be like, yo, the dude we're getting on the pod today has a
I
song
actually
with the
has a
dude
song
that we're
with the
With
trying to get
dude.
on
the
the pod. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
when
that's
it
wild.
was kind of like that with Ivory, with you.
to the max. We didn't
It
know
was
we were
kind of
going through
like
his
we
catalog
didn't
and we
know
didn't know
y'all were
about that
connected.
song.
I
Yep.
peeped y'all responding to my comment to the max, and I was like, yo, all right, they're doing some digging. Because this was like right after y'all hit me. I was like, they're doing some digging. I still gotta check out part 2 of that pod, but shout out to Ivory, bro. That's really my dog, bro. Like Study's also like, bro, Study's like my brother, bro. That's how I got introduced to y'all. So this really is a dope moment for me.
And
Just
Study and
personally.
Ivory mess with each other too. They like,
Man,
oh, they're like, it's bro right there. Like if I ever go out to Cali,
Right.
I just mess with Ivory. I'm
yeah.
like, for real? I'm like,
Yeah, that's
what?
wild.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Ivory, dog.
Ivory told me not too long ago, which I hope you don't mind me sharing this. I don't want to put it on the airwaves if you don't mind, but like he hit me one time and he was like, "Yo, like," because I don't even remember how we came about that song, but I do remember he's like, "Yo, I'm really trying to start making a living off like music. Like if you care, like I'll work with you on a budget for a feature." I'm like, "Cool, bro. Like it is what it is. I respect you as an artist. It is what it is. Like
Right.
let's make it happen." And I sent him money for the feature. And not too long ago, he hit me. He's like, "Yo, bro, I just want to thank you because you might have not even known it, but like I really saw you as one of the first people to truly believe in me to like for me to get out here to LA and like do what I'm doing and chasing, my dreams and all that." And I was like, man, like I was like, I'm glad I could be that for you, bro, because the feelings are still mutual. Like now, like I got more respect for him more than ever, now, especially because he's
Mhm.
still out there doing what he's doing. And,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know, seeing what y'all were talking about, it was just dope, bro. Like hearing about his origin story and doing the dancing and all that stuff. Like that was dope.
Hey. I was thinking we might have to put an all OddPod dance team together because you did have your own dance with Danny
Right.
Phantom.
What'd you say?
So
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
And
But
Michael Jackson?
I'm gonna stop y'all
Michael
there because look,
Jackson. Michael Jackson, I
all
was
it
trying
all
to
it
be
was
the
was just
greatest.
the feet doing feet on the tiptoes. It wasn't nothing crazy. I'm not gonna be doing nothing on that dance team.
The Danny
I'll be the
Phantom.
coach or something, but it's not gonna be pretty on my end,
He did
to
the
be
Danny
honest.
Phantom in the
That's funny.
hallway, but then he would go to the cafeteria of Ballard. He would go to the cafeteria and then jump on the table and hit the Michael Jackson.
Hit the
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
yeah,
Hit the Michael
yeah,
Jackson.
yeah. That's
Man,
funny.
no, it's dope, man. That's dope. Before we get too far along, King's Back single I thought was dope. I feel like when I heard King's Back and Game Plan, I'm like, King's Back especially, I'm like, that needs to be the Louisville Riverbats like official anthem type shit. I don't know why I heard that. I'm like, that's dope.
Well, I'm getting into some sync stuff. Maybe we can make something happen. That would be
Let's do it. No, I'm for real. I should have wore my Louisville Riverbats jersey. I got the wrong thing on.
yeah.
I'm not playing about that. Like,
Game Plan was. It's funny you say that too, because Game Plan was supposed to be. We were supposed to have the music video at at Lynn Stadium, which is crazy because I know the Lynn
ooh,
family. The
ooh,
Lynn family goes to my church. I've
Wow.
ooh.
known them for years.
This
Yeah,
is why I mess with you because I was like, he should have done a video to that. And I was like, if he did it, I was like, he could still do it.
bro.
I was like, but there should be a whole bunch of people working out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like it could just be this whole like athletic
Yeah.
circus. You know what I'm
I had
saying?
a whole saying for it, and the plans didn't go as planned. And then I had a backup plan that didn't go as planned. And there was a lot of potential for that song to really be pushed, and I couldn't hit the mark with certain things on the video. But yeah, it's funny. Like that was my exact idea. Like the 1 2 1 2. When I recorded that, I was like,
Hey.
"That's a push up. That's a push up." Like 1 2 1 2. This like that's
But
push
that's what
ups.
I
So
felt.
like
It felt Workout by Kanye, like the workout video by Kanye. It felt like I could feel it. Like I'm like, nah,
yeah,
like this could be something like a Tybo tape. Like you
yeah.
insert it in, and then he comes on
That's
and
one
like
of my
some
favorites.
VHS shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's one of my favorite songs I've done still, like, it still came back with the Ray-Ban or something Game Plan, so I don't know what I
Yeah,
said, but yeah,
yeah,
like, that's still one of my favorite songs, like, it's definitely underrated.
it is.
It's funny because Spotify tried to take that out of my catalog one
Oh
time,
no,
that was a
no,
whole
no,
other
no, no.
yep.
Hold on. I thought that was Go Mode.
Oh, it might've been same producer, that's why I got it mixed up, my
Okay,
fault.
I was about to know. I was
But yeah,
about to say.
yeah.
I'm gonna use
Dang, he
that.
really did some because that happened when I was off socials. That happened when I was off socials. So like you're on some Nardwuar stuff.
That's what I was about to say. Mark is about to be Nardwuar, bro.
Yeah. That's wild.
He mentioned he probably don't remember. He mentioned it in video, and the only reason I kept it as a note is because it happened to somebody I know. So I started getting real conspiratorial when I heard his story, and I said, "Really? That happened to somebody I know." As soon as he surpassed the mark to start getting paid, oh no, you got bots. We're gonna take all this down. Remember Tyler was going through that? Do you remember Tyler? When he was going through it for months. And so I'm like, I've never heard anyone else going through it. Then I heard his story and I'm like,
Yeah, so
so
my
the 1,000
homie,
count ceiling, and then when they hit the 1,000 count ceiling, they'll yell bots and then they don't have to pay you.
yeah, because they changed the whole thing to the payout. They're not even paying out artists until a song hits 1,000 streams. That was the terms of service change they made in 2024, I believe. I got the whole scoop on that, bro.
There's a video on his YouTube so
Yeah, I know
go to
some people
Prodigy's
like
YouTube.
pretty. Yeah, I know some people close in the industry and or close to the industry. I don't really know anybody in the industry really. My homie Norman Sand. I don't know if y'all are tapped in with Norman Sand, but he lives here in Louisville. He's one of the biggest independent artists out right now, and he called me because I called him about that, and he was like, "Bro, they're trying to Spotify's trying to kill the independent artists." He's like, they're masking it like it's this botting thing, but really what they're trying to do is because Spotify is their own thing, they have their own market. They're trying to make these AI bands and push it so they can get 100% of everything back to them. It's almost like a loophole money laundering type of situation, in my opinion.
Uh-oh.
Like they're trying to because at that time, whenever that happened, where they took down Go Mode, Spotify made an AI band and it had like 500,000 monthly listeners like out the gate. Like that's what they were pushing on the playlisting, on the For You. Like, you know how Spotify does personalized playlists? Like, here's your daily wake up, here's your, Friday wrap up, whatever. Like, they were pushing them into the system a little bit. And basically, like, yeah, he was like, bro, they're trying to kill the independent artist. He's like, but here's the difference between me and you as an independent artist. He's like, I got Lucian's nephew on my Spotify for artists along with 30 other people because I've been to these label meetings and people can vouch for my streams. They're not going to take my stuff down. You're a one-man army. It's your word against theirs. And they're Spotify. They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You don't have anybody else to back you up. They can do whatever they want to do because it's their platform at the end of the day. Is it wrong? Yeah. He's like, but this is what they're doing right now. They're trying to kill the independent artists and use the independent artists to train their AI. Jordan Jetson actually talks about it on saw it on his Facebook. He was talking
Jordan's talked about this before.
Yeah, how like Spotify and their new terms of service. I don't know if it's went into effect yet, but it was a rumor that their new terms of service is like, hey, if you upload to Spotify using our platform, we basically get some rights to your likeness. We get some rights to your song titles and your song covers. And basically, like what that means is like, if I agree to this and I continue to upload to Spotify, which this is half of the reason I've been doing the Bandcamp stuff now. But he's like, if you do this, 10 years from now, Spotify could put out an ad, all AI, and my face is on there, and I'm not getting paid a dime. And also, my permission wasn't really given except for me agreeing to these terms of service that nobody reads, to upload to Spotify. And also, it's not even really things that I would agree to. It's my distributor. I send my music to Spotify through a distributor, a distribution system.
Exactly.
They take care of all the terms of service and all that between the labels and whoever else.
Right.
And so it's like, but people don't realize this. Independent artists is 40% of the market in terms of streaming. Doesn't matter what level you're at. 40% of the music industry market is independent artists going through DistroKid and whatever else they're going through. And so like, you're talking about this conspiracy. It ain't a conspiracy. It's a real thing. They're doing it. Like they're doing it. It shouldn't surprise anybody, bro. I mean, the payouts was the first step. You know how many, to be fair, as a business, it's a phenomenal move. 38 million songs in 2023 or 2024 got 0 plays. that means the artists themselves isn't even listening to themselves. Like, why would you want to pay that out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that as a business, but 1,000 being the limit, that's crazy. But
No, I'm
that's what
sorry.
I'm saying. And royalty payouts already take months anyway. So you're really not going to be seeing any kind of money unless you're Norman Sam or you're somebody else doing it to an extent at an independent level where, you know, you're doing numbers, you know, but it's not a conspiracy, it's a real thing. They're doing it. Whatever you think they're doing, they're doing.
Who's gonna be? This is kind of rhetorical, but who's gonna be the
Mhm.
first artist to sue and win and bust that gate on the
Well, Drake
floodgates of
already
that
did
That's
it.
what I was literally about to say. If y'all wouldn't have taken if all y'all Kendrick fans wouldn't have taken Kendrick's side, we would have already won. But see,
But
y'all
it's
see
funny.
what y'all did. Y'all wanted to put culture above the independent artist. I almost got
Yeah.
it out without laughing. I almost got it out
Right.
without laughing. I know I'm both face
What you're
lying.
saying is true, but he's also a Kendrick fan, so
I'm a huge.
that's
Look,
why
Yeah.
he's laughing.
Nah, but Drake already did that, and even though that was
top
tied
5.
in with the battle, yeah, even though that was tied in with the battle, Drake's the worst person to make that kind of move when it comes to
See,
bodies.
this is what we're
Get
saying.
I
him.
don't know. I don't know
That's
if y'all
what we
remember when
saying.
Scorpion. I don't know if y'all remember when Scorpion came out in 2018,
Yes, I do.
but that's when the Spotify raps were becoming a thing too. The rap thing for all these different categories and streaming services.
Oh,
I didn't listen to Scorpion at all in 2018. They're gonna have him as my number 5
I
artist on
listened.
Spotify.
Oh, I listened to the whole album one time.
Yeah,
I listened
I
to a
you know,
couple singles. I maybe listened to a couple singles, but the album I only listened to it through and through one time.
you know, Drake is a. I grew up listening to Drake, but again, it's kind of with Cole. Like, and I don't want to say it's the beef that did it. I just think I grew up, but like, I just don't believe the stuff that a lot of rappers
Yeah.
talk about. I just don't. Cole and Drake fell into that category. Did the beef kind of excel that? Maybe it gave it a different pace, but I think just part of growing up, like, I understand that you're not this type of guy.
My
You know, like
Right.
you're not from this cloth. You know, like that. Drake is one of those dudes, and I mean, at the end of the day, Drake is Drake. He did what he did. He does what he does, but that don't mean I gotta tap in anymore. Also, like the last 10 years have been real mediocre for the quality. I'm not even again. I don't know how to mix and master. I already told y'all this, but I have an ear. Drake, you the biggest artist in the world. Why do I hear mesh in your vocals? Like what is this? You got the access to anybody in the world. I think it was crazy how he took the $500 million deal and could have just went independent. Like, because now that's a lifetime deal, and now you're trying to get out of it
But now you
because
suing
they like
on
Kendrick.
See,
but now you
It's
suing
a
and
whole
you
thing.
saving independent artists after you had the option to take the deal in the first place.
see,
Drake
Just
would
to
have been the biggest independent artist of all time. You saw how Kanye did it with Vultures, and that was after he was canceled. He had 20 million. It's like it blows my
That's
mind how
funny.
people like
That's
it's
funny.
you don't even have to get into like the depths of the business. And maybe I'm talking from a place of privilege because now I'm going to school for music business, but like you don't even have to be in the depths of it to understand like this probably is the better move than like just getting 500 mil right now because that's a lifetime deal. Copyright works from the end of an artist's life plus 70 years. Like you got a lifetime deal when it comes to your royalties and publishing. What are we doing? Like y'all aren't thinking. It's like I don't know, but I'm learning more and more about it, and it's almost frustrating because it's like, man, people should really just learn up on this. I remember seeing a video of Sexy Red after what's the song Pound Town, whatever it's called. She was
yeah.
doing an interview and somebody somebody said something like, "So, you know you gotta, like, pay your advance back essentially," and she was like, "Pay it back," and I was like, "Y'all don't know this? Like, you didn't sit down with a lawyer? You didn't figure this?"
Probably not at first.
I knew that, and I wasn't even there.
My fault,
Right.
I was getting a call.
No, you good. I knew that,
Bro.
I knew that, not nothing.
It's not rocket science, man, like,
Bro.
you think people are
We was
gonna
having the
invest in you or
same
not?
convos.
It's called an advance. Let's just take everything out of it. It's called
Yeah.
an advance. It's not called a salary, a payment.
A gift,
Yeah, a gift. It's called an advance.
an advance.
You know what?
What an
Sometimes,
advance
you know
is.
what? It just is what it is.
Yeah, it's wild though, bro, like you don't have to know it all to know what to do and what not to do. You know, like I'll never forget when I read that article where Drake took the $500 million for a lifetime deal, and I was like, after you could have went independent.
I
This is
remember
before
too.
the beef.
I remember
This
too.
is before the beef,
I remember too.
bro.
coulda-
It was
he
so
coulda
fucked up.
I was like, "You're the issue. You're, you know,
Yep.
no."
And
But
then and
my-
then to go sue the same.
let's not make his religious.
It's like he's proving his point. It's like he's proving Kendrick's point with everything. Like,
Let's not make his religious. That is the point. That is the point.
Shit, my bad. I'm repping the Kendrick today. You know.
First off,
but that is the point.
He could have turned the history of the music industry on its head by himself.
Man.
Secondly, what you're saying is that's the whole point, and that's what a lot of people miss in the beef. They just go off the music, and I'm like, bro, this man Kendrick is 10 steps ahead of him, and he's like, I know what you're gonna do. I'm about to destroy you
because
right
he's
here.
in a trap.
And you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this, and then he's doing it, and I'm just like,
because he
all you
knows
gotta
he's in
do
a trap.
is watch 2 Prince interviews from the 90s. That's all you gotta do. To be honest, like that's all you gotta do. Watch 2 interviews of Prince on late night
he was
shows
heavy on that.
talking about this stuff. Nas on Drink Champs being like, Prince didn't even do a song with me because I didn't own my masters. And then you go into like MC Search on Math Hoffa and talking about all that and how now the royalty splits of Illmatic are different now, but like he still's getting 2% off an album that's making $1 million every year. Like there's a whole bro. Don't even get me down.
But that's the reason that Pooh. But no, you're right, because that's the reason Pooh Shiesty is going and kidnapping people. So that's my point. So it has real implications. What we're talking about isn't some theorized possibility of what could have been and what. No, it literally has implications on people's lives, and that's just one. That's not Salt and Pepper suing right now over their full ownership to a song because a producer.
Emphasis
because their ownership
right now. Like emphasis right now, Salt and Pepper hasn't been popping before I was born. You know what I'm saying? Like they got that. That's crazy.
That's why what you're saying is.
It's funny though. I saw I saw a meme and it was like Pooh Shiesty sat in jail for 2 or 3 years and had all this time to think about how he could get out of this deal. The only thing he thought of was that fine.
I'm a rob him.
Gosh,
I'm a rob him.
Up in the blick.
And like, never read just like, so you can't be coerced into signing something like that's not how. That's,
I think it's funny how people were calling Gucci Mane a rat. Like, bro, he got out in 2016, dog. What are you talking about,
bro? That's what I was literally about to say. That I'm genuinely disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
me too.
In our culture, the fact that that's a thing, I'm like, bro, like this man's a CEO. Not like I just started my stuff.
They act like it's his 2001
CEO.
Gucci. They act like it's
right. So and he has his security or whatever. One of them is like an ex-cop or something. Like he probably like it was gonna lead to this. I'm sure.
That man got down in 2016.
Didn't do no research.
You didn't think about that? You know,
like
people just don't think.
Why? Why would he put his time in and he traded all that energy to get to where he's at now? Why would he gonna go back in the streets and do the same? No. That's not how it works.
But we expect him to do that.
I think it's funny how like people were calling Gunna a rat, and now like he's one of the top selling rap artists in the last 3 years. What do y'all really feel? What do y'all really think? I think everybody's integrity.
No, Young Thug's a rat.
Man,
see, that's why I'm like, but y'all were holding him up while Gunna,
like Young Thug too. Like
they held him up on a pedestal while they put Gunna on the cross, and now they had to switch him.
But also, people don't even understand the concept of a plea deal. Like the way that they were going through the RICO charges, he technically didn't rat, to be honest. Like if we're being real, like in a legal sense, bro didn't really rat. They had it on him and showed him the video, and he was just like, all you gotta say is this is what you did because we already got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know. I think it's funny how people. It doesn't matter what I think about that because people called him a rat, and then he came out with the album. They're like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. He's the next Michael Jackson, and now he's one of the top selling artists in the world. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't take anything I see serious anymore because, like, y'all lack integrity. Y'all
The
lack like
internet.
real value when it comes to when it comes to rap, when it comes to music, when it comes to culture.
Culture.
Like y'all don't have that.
There's
You know,
no moral integrity.
it's wild. Like
There,
it's wild.
I'm
There's
not
no
in the
integrity.
streets, and there's things that I understand. I just understand it, and like I'd be like
Inherently.
looking online, and I'm like, all these dudes that call themselves street dudes. I'm like, bro, you just somebody running around with a gun. Like you not, you know what I mean? Like
I was talking about this the other day, like especially when you're calling other people rats, bro. You tell on yourself every day on Instagram.
right,
Like there's a dude I know. I
right.
know every single type of gun he has, and I haven't seen any of them in person. Like
Right.
it's
If I did have a
like where
gun, who knows what kind of gun I have? Nobody. Not a
I
single
don't.
person.
I don't.
Not
Like
Rashad doesn't. Rashad doesn't. Even if nobody does. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
but then like you said, but I know you got a mini Drake. I know, you feel me? I'm like,
Yeah. I saw the Smith& Wesson AR-15 y'all got going on. Like, you know, and I'm not even a cop. It's easy.
oh
Like,
my
it's easy.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
There's
Oh my
Facebook
God.
memes of police departments posting up profiles being like, "Got him." Like, it's
Clowning.
crazy. I don't know,
Clowning.
bro. It's
Different
it's
world,
wild.
bro.
It's been like this for a minute too. It's just
Right.
The streets
I
is
don't
Just
dead.
to
understand.
show
The
off.
streets is
Just
dead.
to show off. For
Something.
who you
Yeah.
showing off for?
Something
I'm
like
not
that.
sure.
Something like that. You know,
You
is
said
I don't
something
know.
like it. You said something like it
It's
before in one of your bars. You was rapping under the viaduct down by the waterfront. And something about killing, you don't make it out alive. I forgot what you said, Prodigy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm the worst person to ask about my own
Me
lyrics
too.
because
I was about to say,
I
I
don't
hope I hope nobody does. If I start,
I
you
don't
feel me,
remember nothing.
my music
You know,
starts going, somebody do the same thing to me. Remember when you said something? I'm gonna be like, nope. No, it
not
was
at
I
all.
don't
you.
remember.
I don't. All
It's
right,
it's
next
funny.
one.
Like when dude was rapping a Lil Wayne the Lollipop remix verse, he's like, "Safe sex is great sex. Better wear a latex because I don't want that latex that I think I'm latex." He's like, "That's crazy." He's like, "Who is that?" He's like, "It was you." And he was like I'm the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
way,
yeah.
bro. I'm the same way where I'm like, I didn't even know. Especially if it's like before the last two albums, I'm blurred. I'm blurred at that point. So yeah.
Before we get too far, Prodigy the Kid, you can find him everywhere, doing everything. April 9th, Zbor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Zanzibar, man. You'll know when you hear it. It's an album anniversary party for the homies Blaze Grudy and Rob Goodnight. Put out an album. They're two producers, got some talented artists in Louisville. Um,
Huh.
I'm only doing like 2 songs at the end of the night, but you know, I wanted to promote it like it was my own because we got the live band going. It's Zanzibar, it's a legendary venue, and we did rehearsals last night, and it sounds crazy. I'm telling you, like it's gonna be a fun time. So yeah, Thursday, April 9th, we're at Z Bar, getting turned 18 and over too.
I'll
So
be
y'all
there.
youngins, don't bring your fake IDs. You can get in.
You can get in, youngins. You can get in.
Just can't go to the bar. You know.
Don't talk to me. I'm too old, but no, I was playing. This is playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got a little wristlet, don't have a wristband. Whatever way they talk it, don't talk to me.
Gotta get the X marked on the Sharpie on the.
Yeah, there you go. The
Right.
Sharpie work. Gotta get that Sharpie work. You feel me?
Like
Yeah.
X on the back of your helmet in Little League.
Yeah.
when you overweight.
I used to have to do that as a performer, bro. Like I'd be with the mic head. You just see a big old X, you know, at oh my gosh, what was that one spot? Diamonds, man.
Diamonds.
Shout out
Yeah.
RIP.
Shout out Diamonds.
RIP Diamonds, bro.
RIP.
Man, what a time.
Not to go too far off topic, but there's a wrestler who branded that for his thing. He's like straight edge.
CM Punk.
Well,
Yeah.
CM Punk. You already know. So
Oh yeah.
that's why
I
he
didn't
has
even
those
know that was
X's.
because of being straight edge though.
I'm pretty sure he's told that story before.
I mean,
like,
that lines up though. That's dope, bro. He's one
Yeah.
of top 5 wrestlers all time, to be honest.
You were
Hold up.
Rashad.
Hold up.
He's one of my personal favorites. Oh, here we go.
I'm a little past the dramatics, maybe, the older he's gotten. I still like him.
I mean, I haven't been tapped in with wrestling in a long
Okay,
time.
as I was about to say,
But
he's a little dramatic the older he's gotten.
2010, 2015, like when I
Oh
was growing up watching.
Yeah. Well, his prime, but
Yeah,
CM Punk.
yeah. One of my favorite heels for sure because there's not a lot of heels that are
there's
neck
not.
and neck with John Cena and all these other dudes. Like he was my favorite. I'd say for that, in terms of like a heel wrestler, he's my favorite, probably all time, to be honest. Like he's up
Like
there.
recent Rashad, like who's your top heels of recent too? Like who would you put up with CM? Because I'm kind of with him. I'm like heel wise,
As
like
far as
I don't.
as far as like mainstream,
Yeah,
I mean,
just recently, you know.
Edge. I
Oh,
mean, that's about the only other one that could.
You count AEW as mainstream?
I mean, Edge when he
I'm
was in
asking.
WWE.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
loved
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually,
he's considering it.
I'm an
He's definitely
AEW like,
considering it.
stan. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'm not tapped in with wrestling no more, but I was watching like a few months ago the Netflix WWE documentary stuff, and I was like, I might get back into this, but I didn't. Not gonna lie, the way they did Cena's retirement turning heel, I wasn't sure.
My gosh,
And then, bro,
I threw up in my mouth
if you want to
twice.
get back, if you want to get back into wrestling, hit me up so I can.
Okay,
I got an hour
I
worth
need
of
some
stuff to
pinpoints
tell
to
you.
get back in for sure. Yeah,
got
but
a
I was
solid hour.
huge. I was huge on wrestling. I remember they would come down, because like OVW is like real linked in with
It's right here.
WWE. I mean, that's
right.
That's how it is. But I remember WWE would come to do like private like events. They wouldn't do like the streaming like Monday Night Raws and stuff. And I remember seeing a Cena like I'm talking like 15 feet away in a cage with Big Show. I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
Right.
I was huge into wrestling. My little brother was too. I got both of my little brothers on the wrestling when we were young. So
yeah,
I definitely want to get back into it.
I never gave it up. And just a real quick story, I kind of did give it. I just said I never gave it up, and I'm about to tell a story about how I stopped. I gave it up.
About how you gave it up.
But yes,
boy.
so like I couldn't get into WWE. Like this was like like before 2020, and like I stopped enjoying it. And AEW was created in 2019. I'm sitting there seeing all these people promoting it and these wrestlers talking about I'm going to AEW. I was like, let me check it out. I watched from day one. I have not stopped watching it. Like AEW really
Cody
like
Rhodes was
got me
kind of
back
the start of
into it.
AEW. Right?
He was, him, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega.
But he was like the dude, like according to the documentary I was watching, he was like AEW, this is what we're on. Like he was the first one to really be like, this is what
he
this
even
is.
had a
And he
deal
started
outside the
recruiting
ring.
them.
Yeah, he had a deal outside the ring where he was like running shit too.
And now he's like the biggest wrestler right now in WWE.
He went back. He loved
He went back.
and it's still
to
to
like
this
fulfill
day.
the prophecy of his father kind of deal. Like that's why,
bro, it's wild because I was watching Cody Rhodes when he was when he was Gold Dust or Gold Link, whatever.
Stardust.
Stardust.
Yeah, bro.
He hated that.
I was surprised that he was still doing this. Like, because bro, he was even the Miz back when I was a kid, he got the WWE chip. But Cody Rhodes was he was just always one of them side characters. Like, like he was solid, but like even Dolph Ziggler had like more charisma to him, even though he got the WWE championship.
Yep, he had
at
two
one
of
point. CM Punk, I mean, bro, like Cody Rhodes was one of those only dudes that like really didn't even get those type of chances. And fast forward 10, 15 years now, he's
the man
doing it. And now he's like the face of the company. Is just kind of crazy.
But
like,
listen,
I was like, that's why I definitely need to get with you because I need some pinpoints on how this.
How the hell do we get?
Like, bro, he left because of that. What you're talking about, Stardust, all that. He leaves. He goes on the independent circuit. I mean, just really making a name for himself. Who wouldn't want to see if, hey, OVW, Cody Rhodes is coming? Like, you like, well, damn, like. So he builds the value to his name back up. Then he gets with those other people I just said, creates AEW.
Right.
Like it's a thing now. He's not. WWE wants him back. Vince McMahon flew to his home. Vince don't do that.
Vince is a legend, bro. Like
he flew
the way he runs his business, bro. I got to look more into him because the stories out here, I'm like, bro, There's no other CEO doing that type of thing.
Nah.
He's one of those. I don't know how to
You
explain it.
right.
You
You
obviously
right.
know some of the bad stuff about him,
I mean,
but
yeah,
like it's
Obviously.
still the good. Like you can't take
but I
away
will.
from what he
Yeah,
did
that's
for
what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
wrestling.
no.
even with the bad stuff, the great stuff he did do is even more impressive
It's
because of that kind of.
insane,
You know what I
right?
mean? Like, it's wild. Flying the dude's house to be like, yeah,
I
listen,
know. Come back.
I feel you. I know where you're at.
Mm,
Let's make this work. I guess I
it
always
was
think in
smart.
music industry.
It was
Yeah,
smart.
I guess I always think in music industry terms. That ain't happening in the music industry. It's just,
Right.
okay, you want to leave? Bye, on to the next one. That's
See,
crazy.
right.
Yeah,
Push
that's
icy.
wild.
So,
Anyways.
but now we'll chat about that.
Who's shiesty,
I
man?
mean, I shouldn't be laughing about that.
Bro, he was so linked up with Wallow too. I was rooting for bro.
Wallow,
Wallow was shouting him out like he was his
like the
son,
little people.
going through the same thing he went through. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's why I'm like, I shouldn't be laughing about this, man. But
Nah,
you're
I
right.
mean,
You're right. I'm
I don't
like,
know where the hell we was at.
no, because I'm like, we
yeah,
around
we've been all over, bro. It's been
we're
a
around
dope
10-year
combo.
rookie, but I can't please everybody. I can't please everybody. You've been rap hard. You always were vulnerable. I felt shifts in your work. I mean, a couple times, but everyone can tell I can't please everybody. Even the way you shifted, because you did a short film or whatever on your transition from 150 to I can't please everybody, right? Where it was like you
From
getting off the
10-year
stage.
rookie, 10-year rookie into I can't please
10-year
everybody
rookie,
because
my bad. Yeah, 10-year
both
rookie.
albums
10-year.
came out in 2023.
Yes, but you transitioned into it to where it was like you started showing like your mindset. For people who want to check out what I'm talking about, the short film at Prodigy the Kid, but it transitions into, I don't know, something that felt a lot more real. Like it felt just as real as the video of you, stepping off stage. But how did we get there?
Yeah, man. So 10-year rookie at that time, that was the longest I had took on like making a project. Cause even like 150, I created that in 2 weeks when the pandemic first hit. And I didn't put it out till a year later because I had all these singles coming out. But 10-year rookie, we started making that 2021. It took about 2 or 3 years. And I just had this vision where it was like my main like 10-year rookie has kind of got a narrative to it. I've talked about it in another interview, but I like, at the same time, it is like a surface level, like replay value type of album, whatever. But my mindset behind it was basically like the peak of my ego. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make an album based on, my transition from basketball into rap. And basically my mindset is like, I can do what they can do, but better.
Mm-hmm.
My producers can do what these producers can do, but better. My engineer can do what these engineers can do, but better. I can write like this, but better.
Yep.
Like, cause if you listen to it, there's a whole lot of different styles and sounds and whatever else. Kanye's got choirs. I'm gonna do one
Right.
better. Like that was the whole mindset. Like, and I still appreciate that album for what it was, but it really was just so ego driven. And obviously like the song like Misunderstood, like I think that's kind of the thesis of that. And it's so funny because it's like I got mad because somebody was calling out my ego. And
Who does he think he is? Whatever he was saying.
The rapper
bro, that's
prodigy, but the rapper prodigy, I'm thinking, and that maybe maybe that was the the whole spat. But it's like the rapper
yeah,
prodigy. I'm like, yeah, he can have as big of an ego as he wants to. He's cold. What's the
yeah.
issue? You the issue.
I think
So if
I
it
think that
coming
was my
out in it,
mindset.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was my mindset. Like I felt a way about people feeling a way about me feeling myself. Like
Because
I
everyone else
really did.
doesn't do it. Everyone else comes over here and talks about how they the greatest. Muhammad Ali did it. All these other people. So why you got an issue with me, little old me?
And thinking that my name is for you playing with the wrong one, cause I'ma have a long run. You diss me, watch a dog run. Trust me, this is
Exactly. Like there was people. I'm never gonna name names on this, but there was people that like I really respected, really worked with, really did a lot of things with, and then like just behind the scenes, like just this growing animosity towards me of like man, this dude really feels like he's the greatest, and I feel a way about that. And I'm like, bro, you say you're the greatest all the time, and I don't ever feel a way about it because I'm not insecure about it. And
Mm.
and it boiled down to that.
Yes,
And
sir,
and,
it
and with a
does.
lot of people, and honestly, that's what made me get even more cocky and more confident and more egotistical and whatnot. But when it comes to misunderstood, that was a situation from a dude that never met me in his life. That was a dude that was trying to be a rapper and wanted something out of it for me, and I didn't give him that, and it was a whole thing. But you know, I digress. But either way, like the thing is, like I think when Tenure Ricky came out, bro, it was my most successful album. The first opening weekend, like first 3 days, got like 10,000 streams on Spotify alone, and um I was supposed to be in Atlanta for a week staying at Akon's house, and there's a whole there's a whole story that we could get into to that. I don't know if we have much time, but
Maybe we'll have to tease that for the next time you hop on. You gotta leave something on the
yeah,
bone.
let's get another one going for
Yeah, yeah.
sure. But I basically just hit this pinnacle where I was like, long story short, like, am I gonna keep doing this for myself and trying to prove myself to everybody and myself, or am I gonna do this for like God? You know, like, am I gonna do this for something that's bigger than me? Am I gonna do this for something that has more longevity to it? Am I gonna do this for, you know, having a voice, for
Mm,
the world, because I really do think I have unique perspectives and honestly
mhm,
unpopular opinions and perspectives on how to view everything that's going on in the world. I just think like after 10-year Riggy came out, I was working the job, working a 9 to 5, whatever, and was getting humbled every morning essentially. It doesn't matter how big my ego was as a rapper, I still had to do this and do that. But I'd almost died in Atlanta. I got set up and some things went down. And again, we'll get into that maybe next time.
yeah,
But had to go back home and figure out my life because I was gonna move to Atlanta, and I won't say that's what moved me away from it because 'cause I've had situations kinda like that in Louisville, but I don't know, there was just something tugged on my soul, something tugged on my soul and was like, you know, "You gotta figure out where you're going, which way are you gonna take because 'cause you're at this." Doesn't matter if people don't realize this or not, internally, like, you got a decision to make, and even though it was in my artistry, it was also in my personal life, and so when I made that hard
mm,
left and was like, "You know what? Let me do this for what God is calling me to do." I end up proposing, I end up
mm,
taking my faith more serious. I end up,
mm,
getting involved with, just surrounding myself with people, from the church, the couples from the church, and getting a more solid relationship with my family, like just changing my life,
mm,
like, and, you know, there's a whole other story on how God called me to be a leader through my music, but the whole reason I took off this last year of socials and shows and everything and music was because it's like, bro, if God's calling me to be a leader, doesn't matter what type of level of success that means. It's like, if I'm called to be a leader through music, I can't be a good leader at that if I'm not a good leader in my home. I
yep,
can't be a good leader in my
yep,
home if I'm not a good leader to these high school guys that I do Bible study for every Sunday.
yep,
I can't be a good leader to them if I can't be a good leader to my brothers. I can't be a good leader to it falls into every category in life. And so like just the leadership aspect, that's what I've been focused on. But also I can't do any of that if I'm not willing to be led by God. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not allowing myself to be led by God and humbling myself to truly be led by God, I can't be a leader anywhere else. And
Mhm.
so like that has been the I don't want to say struggle because when you're truly like grasped up by God, you got to put the burdens on Him because it's not about us; it's about something that's bigger than us. And so, I don't want to say struggle. If anything, the struggle is just me battling my flesh, trying to be something
right,
bigger and better, whatever, than anybody. But if I'm not allowing myself to be led by God, then that's where the problems start. And so that's kind of been the last 3 years of since I can't please everybody, and it's conception and trying to figure out like what I'm doing in this artistry and everything like that, but also just like changing who I am as a man, bro. I'm 24. Like I didn't think I was gonna make it this far. Like I was thinking day by day. I wasn't thinking what I was gonna do when I was 20, 21, nothing. Like, the fact I'm 24 and married to my high school sweetheart, that alone just, like, blows my mind. So it's like you gotta think from that mindset switch where it's like, "Oh, I'm out the crib, I'm an adult now, I'm a husband, I'll be a father eventually." It's like all those different types of mindsets, it's like it really it all blends in together, but I just have to, like, put God first in order to, like, reorder my steps, essentially, and so that's what that album is. It's me in my most natural and raw state, and I think you don't even have to know about me or anything. If you listen to those 2 albums that came out in that same year,
There you
you
go.
just see it's a full 180. Like, I really did hit that crossroads, and so when I took that left turn, like, for the better, like, even though it's taken me more time to do what I'm trying to do as an artist, I can't do anything as an artist if I'm not trying to better myself as a man. And so, like, that's been the
Yeah.
whole situation behind, like, what I got going on right now. Making this comeback kind of and still not having, like, music ready kinda, but, like, still, like, just being out here and trying to be, an inspiration to people and doing what I'm doing. All that is hand in hand. So that's really that's really what that was. I hit a crossroads and just trying to be led by God each and every day, day in and day out. That's really what it is.
That's crazy because the 10-year project, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, songs by Alan Weiss. I'm trying to think of the songs on there. I don't even got them all, but the whole Draft Day to, you know,
Which was
to
a dope
MVP.
intro.
I know, dope intro.
Yeah.
MVP Champions lead up. I laughed when is it on? That's not the one. Let me make sure I ain't tripping. Nah, I'm thinking of 150. No, I mean how that culminates, how that whole journey culminates
Mhm.
into that piece of art. I know because I know when you made that, I'm sure you were like, dude, this is different than anything I've made
Yeah.
before. And even
Yeah.
vulnerability, I know I'm vulnerable, but like this isn't even vulnerability. This is working on myself for just like yeah, it's some foreigner, So when I look at that piece, I'm like, that is transformative, not only to you, but
Mhm.
in your catalog, you can feel it. Like you said, you don't gotta know you.
Yeah. I feel like I kinda restarted as an artist, and that's I mean, and even the process of making music right now, I'm kinda doing it all on my own again. I'm kinda starting from square one again, and
Mm,
that takes time and everything else, but that's kind of the baseline, like, even though, like, I feel like and I always said, like, if that somehow for some reason is my last album, I'm at peace with it. But also I know, like, I could make a better album. I can be more locked in and honed in on what I'm trying to talk
mhm,
about and speak
right.
and that's essentially what I'm working on right now. But yeah, which is funny because it's funny, like like I'm working on there's breaking news, iPod breaking news.
iPod exclusive. Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in.
I'm working on a trilogy, and it's 3
Whoa,
albums, and I've been working on this trilogy since 2022. So before
whoa.
10 Year Rookie even started.
It's on some AWOL
And
stuff, right? Talking about a trilogy.
kinda, I'd
Kinda,
say
kinda.
way more fleshed out and more real, more gritty, more raw. But like the second project in the trilogy is called It Gets Dark, and that idea was the first idea of the trilogy. And Game Day, the song Game Day on 10 Year Rookie was actually
Hard
supposed to be
song, by
for
the way. Hard song.
thank you. Yeah, it
Speaking
was
of
supposed to be
trilogies
for,
and the dark side.
that's the album cover right there, man.
Right.
But it was supposed to be for It Gets Dark, and if you keep it, there's a lyric of me saying "It Gets Dark," but that album has taken on so many different forms, and I'm working on all 3 albums, but basically the 2nd and 3rd album are, again, another kind of 180 thing, but it's still the same me. It's not like I'm resetting how the last album was.
Mhm.
And then the first project is kind of the scrap leftovers mix of those because, like, I do think every song I'm making, and I hope this doesn't come off any kind of way, but I do think every song I'm making is like a very, in terms of writing, like a very high tier of like, I'm setting an insane bar for myself. And so like, even though I'll be writing something, I'm like, this is trash. I'll come across it 6 months later. I'm like, this is the craziest
Hardest
thing I've
stuff.
ever done.
Hey, yeah,
Like,
hey,
but that's
you
that's
got
also how
something.
I know that like
Eh,
I'm setting this bar
that's
for
what I'm talking
myself. And
about. You got something.
but I'm realizing I'm like, I am kind of getting in my own way with this stuff. And I really just need to. I had a really long conversation with one of my homies, and he's really big artist, and he was like, "Bro, I wasted so many years doing what you're doing right now, just like getting in your head and
Yep.
wanting to
I've done it too.
put out just picture perfect thing."
Yep.
It's like, bro, just do what you do.
Yep.
And I think I'm really trying to just get out of that situation. And because it's almost like sometimes this project just feels like a burden, but it is. I'll say this, like, It Gets Dark is my To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, it's my masterpiece. Like, I'm holding up Simba. Like, this is what it is.
Hey,
And so,
the last person to say that came out with Bill Legend.
Right.
I just want
yeah,
you to know that.
it's funny, like, man, and for the first time in 3, almost 4 years, the draft mode that I have for It Gets Dark is the first time I've genuinely been even slightly happy with where it's at. And so, like, I think we're
Mm.
starting to scratch the surface on it, but it's I played it for my wife the other night and I said, "What do you think?" And she's not like this super hyper music is her background. Like that's what it is. Like, and she don't care about nothing and like she doesn't we're almost total opposites when it comes to music. Like she could live without music and be all right. Like she's one of them weirdos, you know what I'm saying? But like so I was like, "What do you think?" She's like, "I'm sad, I think it's fantastic. I think it's real, it's gritty." And she's like, "And I don't even really think I'm halfway into, like, what you're talking about. I just caught a few things here and there, and this is what I'm feeling." So it's like, that's like the baseline. So it's like, for people that really do listen to music and really do dissect stuff, it's like, I'm really hoping they take away with what I'm trying to convey because, like, bro, I had a real encounter with God, and he called me to be a leader, and this is what this album is about. And so, like, I'm just hoping
Mm.
that we can execute it in the way where, like, I'm answering that call in the right way. You know what I mean? So, uh, I l I would love you know what? Imma send it to y'all in, like, the mode that it's in now. Just understand it's a draft mode.
Uh,
There's some songs that are just instrumental. There's some songs that are just instrumental on there right now, but, like, these bro, this is taking me years. This is the longest it's taken me to do anything, and I don't think I'll be honest, I've been going over it a lot recently. I don't think it's gonna change that much from what it is now. I think the backbone structure of what it is, once I flesh out some stuff, like get the quality going on mixing and mastering and everything, and maybe taking it to the real studio at Slick and doing whatever, I really think that. And I would love y'all's feedback because it's like I've sent it to people and they're like, "Bro, this is insane," and I'm like, "Thank you. What do you think? I want to hear what you're literally." I almost think it's too deep, But
I
I'd
like
love for
that.
y'all. Y'all could take your time too, like
Boy.
sit on it for 6 weeks and let me know. Like that's the type of
Okay.
like I have gotten feedback, but I'm like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? Like, because this album is about the world. This album is about our country. This album is about our society right now. And
Oh.
so it's like I can't be just talking. I can't point the finger. Like there's some songs where I'm really am like it's a mirror, but I can't just talk about this stuff if I'm not talking to the people. If I'm making it for the people, trying to lead the people, I can't make it if I'm not talking to the people. So I think when we get off here,
Mm.
I'm gonna send y'all the link. Uh,
For sure.
Send me both of y'all's numbers, and so I can get
Yeah.
y'all locked in, and we
We'll make a group
because I don't
chat.
want to send it to the iPod and DM and whatever, But
Oh, no.
um,
Don't do that.
yeah, yeah. But nah, I whenever y'all get some time, I think the runtime is like 45 minutes right now, something like that. And honestly, one of them is just an instrumental, so it'd be shorter than that. But I really do think it's at the place where it's like, okay, I think we're scratching the surface. I think we're gonna get there like soon. You know, I'm really hoping for next year, to be honest. Like, I have a very exact timeline of how to do the trilogy and how to promote it and all that. But I'm excited. As much as it does sometimes feel like a burden, I understand how important it is and the things I'm talking about. And just speaking from a perspective that I think is, again, like I said earlier, like unique, unpopular, but you know, I told you I'm trying to be led by God. You know, I don't want to just sit here and be like, I'm right about everything because I know I'm not. I'm not perfect. That's something I'm gonna keep saying. I'm not perfect. But I do think like I think by track 2 of this, like track 2 is a deciding factor of whether people are gonna keep listening or turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've never felt that way about any kind of anything I made. I've never made a song being like, people are gonna turn this off. But it's that real that where people like the second track comes on, they're about 5 lines in. This ain't for me. I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and live my life. Or nah, let me get into this and see what it does for me and my thoughts. You know, I'd love to
I
send
would
that to
love
you.
to hear it.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure
I
would.
appreciate it.
You send that
Yeah,
through.
Straight up.
yeah. But yeah, we got music on the way, man. It's just it's a process, you know. We're trying to again. I'm starting from square one. A lot of production is on my own now, and again, I don't have funds to just keep going to studio sessions. It's
Yes,
crazy,
sir. Yes, it is.
but you know, we're working, bro. You know, I'm trying to get back here on the shows again and just getting involved with the community.
Yes, sir.
So I'm excited. You know,
Uh,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, we're at a point where I be starving for new good music. So
Me
I
too.
mean starving because I just
like
be like, listen to the same stuff, and I'm just like,
yeah,
so yeah. And since we're fans of you, that means you get the cooking. No, it's fine.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate it. I'm trying, bro. I am. I
No,
am. I'm off work all week this week, so I'm gonna be working on music a lot this week.
I'm gonna have to
So
tap. I'm gonna have to
me
tap
and
in. I'm gonna have to tap in
me
with
and Wavy are supposed to hit a session on Saturday. Me and Wavy got a new song together too, so I'm gonna send you that as
you.
well.
I'm definitely tapping
definitely.
in with y'all.
Right.
I'm gonna tap
Yeah,
in.
for sure.
I'm trying to think. Oh yes, your podcast. You gotta at least give us 5 minutes on the pod. At least give it 5 minutes on the pod. I love what y'all
Yeah,
do over there. Y'all are like y'all quirky, funny, but y'all
yeah,
y'all y'all if y- if you know what you watching, y'all funny as hell. But sometimes I don't know, like the people know what they watching. Like y'all are funny. Like some of the stuff,
yeah,
Colin
yeah,
Powell, hey, that was funny. That was funny. I
yeah,
was dead. I'm
yeah,
like, but you got to know. Like I
yeah,
remember. Oh gosh, that's just funny. So how did the
yeah,
podcast? You can just do it in like 5 minutes. How did the podcast get started? Who are the co-hosts? The name of it? Subject
yeah,
matter, all that stuff.
yeah. So this started like really like 3-4 years ago, back before I was like getting heavy on 10-year rookie and stuff. But
Okay.
my guy, Philip, these are all 4 dudes from our church and people I grew up with. Philip is like one of my like church OGs, I'd say.
Okay.
He brought the idea up, and Luke, he's a real funny. I'll just say he's a funny dude. We'll say
Nah,
that.
he's funny, dog.
And then Spencer, also funny. You know, just a dope personality. You know, we all talk all the time and see each other at least once or twice a week.
Okay.
And the idea was just like, man, let's make a podcast, but like a funny one. And the bit is kind of like, you know, it's called Rejected Ideas Podcast, and we're making a podcast trying to figure out what the podcast should be about. And so, like, we just bring up these bad ideas, and it's like the ongoing bit. Like, we just keep bringing up terrible ideas. Sometimes they're just like unhinged, and then we
Right.
talk about it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes each, and then you know, just kind of purposely be like, nah, we can't do a podcast about that, and just keep it
And
going.
just keep it going. Hey,
And
that's
bro, I'm
funny
not
to
gonna
me.
lie, it's so hard to think about like terrible ideas. Like, you know what I mean? Like after doing it for a few weeks, it's like, bro, I can't think of something terrible that just like like it's gotta be terrible, but it's gotta be funny.
It's
You know what I'm
gotta be
saying? Like,
like, yeah, stick in your
yeah. So I
craw
mean,
kind of silly.
yeah. But I mean, it's dope though, because like episode 3 is coming out on Friday, and I think that's our best episode we've done so far. Because we have a real conversation. We talk about the Bible, and then we also talk about like, you know, a lot of different stuff, but like funny stuff still. Like, but yeah, those are my guys. I mean, we talk all the time, and those are like my church homies, So we just wanted to have some fun, and it's really like just kind of a side project kind of thing. But it's something we take kind of seriously and kind of not, But that's kind of the fun about it, So.
Right. Perfect mix.
I was about to say, but do you enjoy it?
We finally just hit 10 plays on Spotify. Feeling good about that, So yeah,
For
I
real.
appreciate you being one of them,
Hey.
So yeah, it's kind of.
Don't worry.
It is taking up a lot of my feed. I realize that. I'm like, people probably are catching on because I'm posting it like all the time. But we're just doing it for fun, kicks and giggles. So that I'll say,
Kicks and giggles.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, that's good, man. Go check them out, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
especially like especially a Christian community for sure. You want something funny, you want something like you said. Talk about the Bible. Some not necessarily education, but perspective.
We do get unhinged, and a lot gets cut because we shouldn't say certain things that we say. But yeah, I mean,
that's how you know it's good. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut a little fat off the steak. It's not,
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's still a steak. It's Wagyu. No, it's fine. All right. And then
I was gonna say I do have to wrap this up soon, but
yeah,
I'm not trying to
no.
get in y'all's way.
I was literally about to say. Do you, if there's anything you want to get into real quick, we just have like maybe some random questions, or we can do the outro. It's been 2.5 hours. We can go ahead and wrap it up.
Sorry.
It's been
we
2.5
can
hours, bro.
we can
As I was about to say, I didn't expect it. You too interesting of a guy.
I'm a rambler, bro. I'm gonna get to talking, so
No, you've
it's
done a
been
lot
dope,
of stuff
though, like-
too. You've done, bro.
Yeah,
You've done.
it's been dope.
This is the perfect outro. We'll outro it out, bro. You've been making music since you were 8 years old. You've been writing songs since that long. You've been putting music out for what? If I had to do almost half your life now,
Mhm.
or at least been making music. Attempting to make music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. And then on top of that, that music is your life. You're not one of these people who's sitting there talking about cars, clothes, money, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we talk about it, and it's just like, all right, so but who's Prodigy? It's like if anyone was listening to this for 2.5 hours, they understand you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's who you are. Which is why I understand like misunderstood, even though it's something that I'm saying, it's actually a double-sided sword that I'm picking up. And even though I stab you, I'm gonna stab myself because it's my ego doing it. All that stuff. But anyways, outro wise, man, y'all can go find my man at Prodigy the Kid, THA, Louisville-born, 28. That magazine where they all hold magazines. King of Kentucky, king of our Kentucky kingdom, the iPods. That's what we'll say. He watches the party die from the pulpit. Kendrick fan, Pimp a Butterfly. Mr. Psalms 118:6. Always keep that with you. What can mere mortals do to the kid? All in all, just we love what we do when it comes to being able to be a co-host to somebody's story and, just giving them a platform. And you're a dude who we really like outside of just you liking our posts or comments or just having people in common. Like I literally enjoy you, your music, your artistry, what you do when you come on, when you talk about vulnerable moments emotionally, when you talk about Spotify theories and how it affects the independent artists and how you educate us on Bandcamp and how alternative, bro, you give us a lot encapsulated in what you do. So that has to be recognized and highlighted, and the realness in which you do it, and always having an awareness to be someone that others are going to look to because of that. And with that, we just appreciate every word, experience, sentiment. In PTK's own words, we got to get going. We running out of time, baby. I know you're made of gold that shines in the night. I know you're made of gold that shines so bright. The realest ones in the fakest world that you call the internet. We love y'all, our community.
Appreciate y'all, man. This means a lot, man. Thank y'all. Means a lot.
Do it the right way.
You're the right way. It's the right money.
Told you.
Get that on cam.
Okay,
oh, yeah.